Right, we are live. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to This Weekend Loaded. Okay, we are live, and Misfits Darling is pulling everybody's man card, apparently. Anyway, let's see who we got on the panel. We got a first in here was actually the Gun Schnob. So, how are you, Nate
No.
Schnobby? Yeah, Schnob.
I am absolutely wonderful. Bang those rumble strips.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this thing's get to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he'll be rolling down the window here pretty soon.
No, it's just me. I just deal with it.
Yeah, right.
All right. On that note, next one in here was Gizzard Gary, who has been a snob enough in a card and know how it is. So
Yes, I have. I can definitely speak to this issue. How you doing?
All right, how you been doing?
All right, you guys at me for not using my link and coming on your show. I use my link and then everybody picks on me because
You brought it
my
on
stomach likes
yourself.
to make god awful smells occasionally.
Well, hey, in the pre-chat we were all picking on Rob, so I mean, it's an equal opportunity pick on somebody's show. So, next one in was Jason Stewart. How are you, Nate?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for the invite, man. Good to hang out with y'all.
Yep. After him was Rob. How are you, Nate, Rob?
Doing all right. Definitely better than Snob's Passengers. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank God he
I'm
doesn't
all
have
alone.
That's why he did it, because he's alone. I mean, nobody's there to pick on him. So. And you didn't pull a Biden, did you? It's not lumpy, right?
I haven't done anything. I don't even have gas. I'm perfectly good.
Well, how are you driving if you don't have gas?
Well, I stopped and bought gas.
Well, then you have gas.
True.
And last but not least, we have Kingpin. How are you, Knight?
Yo.
That's not an answer. So, you guys see what came out of California recently? The new ban that they put in place out there?
No.
California has banned natural gas heaters and furnaces.
What the hell?
Huh?
That's actually one of the cleanest burning fuels there is.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Way cleaner than electric. I hate to tell them.
California is owned by China people.
What the hell are they going to heat with? Electricity?
Yeah,
which is coal and natural gas.
Yeah, and it's not like their grid isn't already overloaded.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Now it's going to be overloaded year-round, not just in summer.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So did they just ban, like, new ones? Or they shutting off the one you currently have?
It didn't say. I'm not sure if the story I saw on the news earlier when my wife had the news on, I didn't catch the entire story, but even if they're just banning new ones, if yours breaks and has to be replaced, what are you going to do? You have to have a whole different heating system put in your house.
Yeah. I thought I saw something a while back. They were also going to ban gasoline-powered lawnmowers and stuff like that. Like
all small engines, I believe. Yeah. Chainsaws, all that stuff. Weed whackers. Like, I don't, I obviously for the reasons you guys spoke, but also like as like a contractor, I don't understand how you like how you're going to get some things done in some cases. Like the electric batteries have come a long way, but they're still, you know, they still don't compete to gas. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then some places you're out, you know, you might be working seasonal properties. There is no power. So, yeah, you're using a gas generator to charge your battery. So I don't understand.
The electric heat,
This doesn't
electric
seem
hot
practical.
water sucks too, man. I know people that's done that here because they thought it'd be cheaper than fuel oil, which is outrageous too. But they were getting $900 and $1,100 a month electric bills, man. And after a couple of years, they just went and rented an apartment and a house in town for the winter and left their farmhouse just sit because they couldn't afford to live there because everything was converted to electric.
Yeah, and to Rob's point about the batteries, we were talking about this. I think it was in Gary's after chat or towards the end of his show, about the Ford F-150 Lightning, where they just did that test with a trailer, and the thing didn't even make it 100 miles towing a trailer.
Nah, they only go like 80 miles, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's handy.
I'll tell you what, though, I don't know how long the battery lasts, but for a pickup truck, that thing's pretty damn fast. I've watched some videos of them, and then I saw some where they had it at the racetrack, and that thing runs high 12s, like 12.7s in a quarter mile. I don't know how many passes you get on a battery, but that part's pretty cool. But I've seen even without a trailer, their range of miles is not what Ford says. Ford says you get like 300, you get like 175 or something like that.
It sounds more like a toy, not an actual work vehicle or something.
Yep.
You know, or something.
Yeah,
along
if
those-
it can't tow, any farther than that, I mean, it's useless.
Yeah, and don't forget, California also by 2035 will have banned all fossil fuel vehicles. So they're gonna strain their weak infrastructure out there even more.
The other thing I hear is bad about those trucks is, well, all these electric cars, the battery's the main component. And even in like the Priuses or whatever that work pretty good or whatever, eventually the battery's no good any longer. So I guess it's like other stuff we have, like our cell phones and stuff. You'll get longer life out of the battery if you let the battery fully discharge, what I mean, go down low to a few percent. If you're only going like 50% of your charge and then charging back up, that eventually ruins your battery. So those trucks is not like you're trailering and you could just charge it up every little bit everywhere you went. You know what I mean? For its recommendation, they want you to drain that battery dead and then wait to charge the thing back up. It just makes no sense at all. It just really don't for a pickup truck.
Yeah, and not only is California's grid bad, and they want to get rid of all diesel fuel cars and make everybody get electric cars. Right now they're telling people they can only charge their cars during off-peak hours.
Well, the battery deal I've heard explained what the plan is, what the future is. I think it was Elon Musk or somebody, one of those guys was talking about how basically the new product line that's going to be coming out is almost like the software in some vehicles now, where you own the car, but you don't own the software. You can't mess with any of that. It's going to be the same thing with the battery, where you lease your vehicle and you also have like a separate lease on the battery. So you no longer need to worry about, your battery dying or going weak because it's a leased product, which is going to be sent supposedly back to China. Like it's all coming out of China, basically. You'll rent their battery to drive your car, and obviously upgrades, different battery options are available, different costs, and same with your software. So if you want your car to respond different, or you want to take it to the track on weekends, you got to pay for the upgrades, you know, for that to unlock those systems in your vehicle and blah, 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 blah. So
Yeah.
to me, it's all going down a road I don't want to go down. You know, in my property, I should have control over it. If I want to work on it on the weekend, I should be able to. You know, I don't know. And really, the benefit they say, you know, or how it's going to be sold is the waste isn't here, but it's still in China. I mean, it's all one world. So, I mean, if you really care about the world, I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah, they'd probably dispose of it better here than they would there. But, you know, so really it's kind of counterproductive in a way. And you have less control over your own property as a consumer. So some people like that, some don't. I don't. You know, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do with my vehicles. You know, but
Something to that effect.
Oh, go ahead.
Something to that effect is John Deere's doing that with their tractors, not allowing any farmers to work on the tractors that they bought and paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for.
Yeah,
Tractors and combines on their new stuff, and there's huge lawsuits going on right now over that.
Yeah,
that's what they're pushing for the electric vehicles too, according to, you know, Tesla and all them, you know, but I don't know, you know, he makes stuff. So you know, again, this is what I heard. I don't know, but it looks to be going that way.
Yeah. Well, it's
I
worse than
saw a
that.
video.
If you wait, I think we touched on it last week a little bit, but BMW and Tesla are putting features that are already in your car behind a paywall, where you got to pay a monthly subscription if you want to use like your heated seats or your satellite radio. Beyond what the subscription for the satellite radio you already have to pay.
If you take one of those lithium sheets that are like in the batteries, and you drip water on it, it'll catch on fire. If you take that same sheet and throw it in like a bucket of water, it'll explode.
What were you going to say, Snub?
Oh, just another thing. I saw a video the other day that was going over like all the science behind these batteries and what the, you know, whether it's true or not, it could have been propaganda, whatever. But the emissions it puts off to mine enough lithium for one Tesla car is what they were talking about. Out of overseas, the emissions it's put off. I forgot how many hundreds of thousands of miles you could drive in a gas car. It was like 900,000 before you ever covered the batteries in that Tesla.
Electric cars are a regressive step. The first car was an electric car, and they stopped making them because they weren't as good as the combustion engine. So now we're going to go backwards.
I have no problem if you want to buy an electric car. If Elon Musk wants to sell them, that's great. It's capitalism. And you want to buy it, great. But don't force it on people. That's what I don't
exactly.
like.
I agree. And, you know, some senses, it might make sense in some cases. You know, small little delivery vehicles, things like this or something. It might make sense in some way, but I just don't see it as a daily driver. You know, if there's an emergency, if there's a hurricane in Florida, how the hell are you going to get out of the area if everybody's got to charge their car? You know what I mean? Or something like, you know, there's so many just ass backwards things to it. In my opinion.
Didn't you see AOC's comment from earlier this week that everybody was complaining about the gas prices in Florida and having to evacuate? And she's like, I don't see why. See, this is why everybody needs to transition from gas cars. If you don't have electricity, how are you going to pump the gas? This is why everybody needs an electric car. That's an actual thing she said.
You know, I can see an electric car if you live in a city and where you just commute back and forth to your job. It's no worries. But for like me, I drive all over with what I do.
Yeah.
You know, there ain't no telling where I'm going. It would never work for me. Plus, I live an hour from a city.
Yeah, again, you know, like I think like the little e-bikes that are out and stuff. I think that stuff like that is where that technology is good. Maybe not the healthiest thing because it always seems like it's the guy that's 400 pounds on the bike that should be pedaling, but at least around here, or scooter, but that's still it's an actual mode of transportation in a sense, just around town or to get to class or go grab something from the store. It's more practical. A lot of other countries kind of thrive on that, but they're forced to. But I think it as Americans, we'd rather take our Dodge pickup down and drive 2 miles down the store to pick up something just because we like it. But practical wise, there's nothing wrong with a little e-bike or something. It doesn't look cool, but it does get the job done. And that's where I think those things are perfect. College kids, all that type of shit, just running around. You don't need a $70,000 car just to drive to the gym and to school.
Have you seen the off-road electric bikes?
Yeah, I've seen some.
I've seen them.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we was out in Colorado riding a side-by-side, there were some riding on those trails, up and through those trails, up the passes and stuff that are extremely steep and stuff. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they say the torque is great for some of those hill climbs and stuff, but that's the toy aspect. So, but if you could do the same off, if it's comparable and even better than some mopeds or whatever, those little things will get like 70, 100 miles of a gallon. If you can translate that over to electric and it's better, or you get it off solar or whatever cheaper, it's not a bad way to something to look at. But it's small, you know what I mean? It's not even the battery, the waste, everything's a lot smaller. So I don't know. Yeah, to me again, it just seems more practical in that application than every family is going to have an electric vehicle in their home that can go 200 miles max.
Yeah, and then you got to sit and charge your car for a half hour before you can finish whatever trip you're on.
Yeah. I mean, even if you get 350, 400 miles out of a car, what you get on a tank of gas, typically. Just like my road trip right now, I would have had to stop and 2 different times this trip and sit for 30, 45 minutes to charge my car.
That's if I've seen a bunch of videos on YouTube where people plug in their cars and their dashboard says come back in 2 days. So I hear a lot of people talk about this plug-in for 45 minutes, but I hear a whole lot of people that own the car say that that's not really a viable option to get you much further than a couple more miles down the street.
Well, it's advertising in a sense. It's it's in. If you look at, like, you can see some videos out there and stuff where you get a little more information. That's where I've gotten some from in a sense. But there's, like he brought up earlier, how you charge your battery makes a huge difference. And that's another big thing with Tesla. So I hear, like, if you always do the fast charge, then you're like basically signing a waiver away saying you're going to accept your battery's going to die sooner. If you let it do the slow charge, it's best for your battery from what they say, but they never refer to the slow charge. Every commercial, every ad, everything is, the fast charge, which isn't ideal for your battery and is killing it. So you're going to shorten the life of your battery that way. So, I mean, there's a lot to that you from the outside, it looks good, but you really got to look at the details and the numbers. And I think, the people that buy these cars just buy them to look cool, or it's a status thing. And, they don't want to admit they got a gas generator in their trunk that comes with the car in case you run out. They don't want to say that stuff.
I really honestly believe that someday, probably in my lifetime, electric cars will be viable options. They are not at this point, and it's stupid for the government to try to force them when they're not to that point. Absolutely no way are they.
I don't see how they're ever going to be a viable option, because you're going to have to invent a new battery. Because the only thing you're going to do is streamline the current battery, make it smaller and lighter. You still got to get all the natural chemicals to make them. Mm-hmm. You still got to figure out a way. So saying that what they've got on the market right now eventually will be a viable option, I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not, I just think, lithium batteries weren't a thing just a few years ago. How many times did you know about a lithium battery 20 years ago? I don't know
Well,
when
they
they
had
activated, but you
they
never heard of
had
it.
them
So,
back. They had lithium batteries back when I was in middle school. I had a watch that used a lithium battery. They weren't rechargeable like these newer ones, but there were lithium batteries back then.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, there may be another battery option that comes to the that we don't know about. But I just don't see why. I don't understand why everybody's pushing it so hard right now when it's just not a viable option currently.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, they've been developing rechargeable batteries for over 40 years to get to this point. All of a sudden, 10, 15 years, we're going to have batteries that are going to be absolutely perfect. Come on.
You also have to answer the question: where is the source of the energy going to come from?
Oh, the sun, obviously.
Right, yeah. You know the little solar cars that they race across the country in, the little tiny ones, all flat? I don't know if you guys ever see them. We have them go down Route 66 every summer. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Maybe that's
bicycle
what we all go to. That's what everybody's just going to go to. But it won't work for me because I'm way too big and heavy to be in that thing.
Yeah, cars are going to be perpetual motion machines. You got to jump in one real quick because they ain't going to be able to stop, because if they stop, they'll lose their charge.
Well, I just still don't see the fact of, like, towing and stuff, because I saw that video on that Lightning and stuff trying to tow, and it just totally tanked. And that's, I tow trailers all the time with a considerable amount of weight. So it's just not an option.
Yeah, that one they were towing, what, 3,500 pounds or something like that?
It wasn't anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just nothing, and it was, couldn't handle it.
I mean, I think Snob's on something in the sense where, if you follow the jumps of, technology through modern history, it's pretty progressive, and they say it pops over, I don't know, so many fold every generation or something like that, or every so many years. So, I mean, yes, in theory, we could have a better battery that, maybe is out there now. It's just not a public thing, or, cheap enough, or a way to do it. And, if that's the case, longer charge stuff, sure, that might solve the problem as far as the power. But I think you still got the problem as far as the control, being able to, access, alter your own vehicle, chip it or whatever you want to do for your personal purpose. I think, that's still all going to be part of the problem with it. But at the same time, battery technology is kind of funny, because unlike other technology, has been, like Rich says, quite a damn bit slower. That we can make batteries that damn near last forever, but the power draw and charge isn't adequate to what we want for our systems today. But from, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard, some of the first batteries actually made still work today in a museum. So, but again, they're not going to work for what we're trying to do with it. So, it's batteries are a funny thing, I guess, because in a way they don't match everything else is progression.
Yeah,
I don't know, but one thing to your point. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Stump.
I was going to say one thing to your point, Rob, is while I agree with you, you work on your own stuff. I work on my own stuff all the time, but there's not a lot of people like us still that work on their own vehicles and still do their own stuff. Look at how many people will not do anything but take their vehicle to a dealer or whatever.
That's very true. It's very true.
I mean, and then I'll be honest, I'm lazy anymore. I get my oil changed most of the time. That doesn't mean I can't do it. I still do it some, but a lot of times I'm just in a hurry and just go get it done. But I still do my own brakes, do my own tune-ups, stuff like that. If something breaks, I fix it.
One of the factors that's changed that a lot, though, is I do agree that there's laziness and people who don't care and, got money to do, but cars are also coming with extended warranties and 100,000-mile, 5-year lifetime warranties and all that. So if I can just pull into the dealership and have a cup of coffee while they're changing my oil or putting a new water pump on or whatever, and they'll give me a rental car, that's pretty tempting. Now, there's a Mr. Tire in my neighborhood that used to do like $20 oil changes, and you can't go to Walmart and do a $20 oil change on your own. Now that they stopped doing that, you can go right back to the parts store and get your oil and do it on your own even faster. But the warranties that come with these cars now, I think is causing a lot of people to not even have to worry about changing a belt or something.
Yeah, my wife gets all her service on her car done at Ford because she's
I
got
To
that
be
warranty
fair,
on it.
I'm just too poor to buy brand new vehicles, and so Swift can hate on me because I don't like payments.
Yeah. No, you don't have to be a debt slave.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to
Dude,
go buy a brand new truck right now.
I get phone calls every single day of the week from some people that want to. They're really, really caring, and I'll give them your guys' phone numbers.
For the extended warranty,
Yeah, I'm telling you, they love me so much. They want me to know every single day that my warranty for a car that I don't have is just about to run out.
Yeah, I don't
I've
get those
tried,
anymore.
I've tried, and when I told them the year of my vehicle and the mileage, they stopped calling. So I figured it'd probably be a good deal, you know what I mean? So, but no,
I was like, well, I got 600,000 on it.
yeah, they're like, click.
Yeah,
But
no.
that Mr. Tire, I've had a horrible experience with. Yeah, you bring them up. I had to deal with corporate, go through 2 different places, all types of stuff because they didn't put a tire on right, you know. But I can state several times. I mean, I pay to get my bearings put in because I'm lazy, because I'm going on a trip. I got to do laundry, this or that. So I have them press my bearings. They blow the back greases out. You know, not Mr. Tire, but another shop. Like, people don't do. You can't necessarily just count on a shop to do things right, because honestly, in my experience, half the time they screw it up. You know, it's just like a quick brake job. You think they're really pulling the glide pins out, cleaning out the channels, greasing everything, putting all your plates on, putting grease on the, you know, the ends of the pads and blowing everything out? Hell no, they ain't doing all that shit. They're just racking it out, banging on it, you know, hitting it with an air gun quick, slapping new pads on, hoping you come back in 2 weeks with a squeak so they can charge you a few bucks for new rotors or something else. Like,
So is everybody that's doing their brakes in their driveway too. Everybody that does their own brakes does the same thing.
I could do it right myself the first time. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes if you want shit done right, you just got to do it yourself. These people call themselves professionals. They have the shop, but they do shitty work. They're great at charging good money. So, I mean, yeah, in some cases, even when you pay for services, you still get screwed. Like, you know.
Yeah, and Misfit Starley got to said, go back to horse and buggy. That'll piss them off. Yeah, but I don't know if she gets the reason why they would piss them off. Not necessarily because they would have to use a horse and buggy, but because they want to get rid of all farm animals. If you listen to their campaign, they're wanting to replace food, like beef and other meats, with artificial meat.
And bugs.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a good point, though. If they want zero emissions, that's really the only way to get zero emissions. You better start riding a horse.
No, they want to get rid of horses because they produce too much CO. They produce too much CO2 and methane. That's something that they've actually said. They want to get rid of horses and cows and goats and sheep because they produce too much methane and CO2.
Look, man, this is what's going to happen. We all know this, change everything to an electric car and everything. That's fantasy land. I don't care what laws they've passed. We know it. We know it's a disaster. We know it's not possible. We know it won't happen. What they're creating is bad times. They're creating a disaster. And what will they do? Like California, where they shut off your gas and your gas stations and your natural gas. When it falls completely apart and it's at your very lowest, they will turn around and say, oh, we can fix it. We're going to go back to coal. We're going to go back to this. But they'll have a vote where now they're spending trillions of dollars. They want trillions for this, trillions for that, trillions for nuke plants, trillions for natural gas plants.
Money one way or the other.
Yeah, that's their scam to get it rich, man. They don't give a damn about the environment. They know it's a scam. They don't care about electric cars. They know you don't want one. That's why they're telling you got to have one. And then later, like I said, it'll be, oh, we got a plan to fix it. Just give us trillions. Give us trillions.
Well,
It'll be on the news. They just signed the $14 trillion natural gas fund, for California.
Global cooling. Send us your money.
all right. Now, while I may agree with Jason, I also think he's wrong. I think their whole design behind it is for the people to be dependent upon the government for everything. That is what their end goal is, in my opinion.
Yes, that's the goal.
Because if you're dependent on the government for everything, from your safety to your well-being to heating your home to feeding your kids,
Job
all
security.
that, yeah.
Be very cautious of the people that you're dependent on and pay attention to what they think about, because California either just passed or is about to pass possibly the most horrific abortion bill that's ever been written in all of human history. It's an absolute horror story of disgusting satanicness if you go look at what it is. So right there, it should end all conversations about anybody in California at all that says they care about anything. Tell them, no, you don't, because look at what you're willing to do to babies.
On that note, we're going to look and see who's out there in the YouTube chat. See, first in was Kingpin, then John Z, the Missouri EDC, then the aforementioned Misfits Darling, Jason Stewart, 2 Live Moo out there, Gizzard Gary. So who else we got out there? Oh, I saw some other people. Abby's out there, Abigail Sorsha Finnegan, that is. Wesley Foster's out there.
I don't know. I'm just going to quit working and live off the government, because clearly it's a better choice. Everybody living off the government's living way better than I am.
And CNT Designs and Arms is out there. So good
That's
evening,
what I'm
ladies
gonna
and gentlemen.
do.
I've been thinking about saying hell with it and going down to old Mexico, man. Just give up, head down there. I think I could make a little bit of money selling floaties and life jackets down there, man.
No, they deport you. They deport you back here.
I thought he was going to say go down there and change his name and start over again with all the free stuff.
I'm going to start renting John boats, man.
Come back into the country and you've got it better off.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary.
Taxes, you ain't got to worry about none of that shit, man.
Yeah.
Do you have any bucket list plans for like vacations or events or stuff that you wanted to do once you retire? Like, do you have a list of stuff, or you're just gonna kind of see what happens?
Probably going to see what happens. I mean, I've got a list of things I'm going to do, but most of the stuff I would have done anyway, except now I don't have to worry about getting time off work or being back at any given time. So if I want to
Well, I heard whenever Gary goes to Vegas, he's just going to stay the next month after we leave at the Bunny Ranch the whole month.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I heard.
That's right. But no plans as of yet.
Yeah,
That depends on where I end up.
Like no European vacation where you travel all through Europe for a month or anything like that?
I don't have that kind of money. I'm not snob.
yeah, but Gary's going to stay so long at the Bunny Ranch, they're going to start giving him frequent flyer miles.
They're going to change it to the Chicken Ranch after he's been there so long.
But you guys keep
Right.
forgetting to mention is they've been begging him to come. So he's only going to fulfill their dreams.
I mean, every year we're in Vegas, they all go up to Gary and hand him the cards, not the rest of us. I don't know what the deal is.
Gary's got a reputation. I've been telling you guys.
Gary's a party animal. Come on.
That's right.
Last of the big time spenders.
Yep.
Gary
Yeah, when
invented
he
the
gets to
chicken
Vegas-
dance. I mean, jeez.
As soon as we cross the Vegas city limits, Gary puts his cigar in his mouth and his hat on, and he's just a different guy.
Where do you
That's
guys think the
right.
term cock of the walk came from?
Uh-huh.
The dude glows in the dark.
Follow
You guys
me,
remember the
boys.
song Barney Jekyll and Bubba Hyde?
Yep.
I think it was Diamond Rio. That's Gary.
It's time to party. It's time to party.
With the high karate aftershave
Yeah.
and the Super Sport Malibu.
But does he have the platform shoes with the goldfish in them?
I think he gave those up a few years back.
Yeah.
His back was getting bad, you know.
Them ankles are bad. I can't wear them platform shoes anymore.
Yeah, like Orange 9, I would imagine that it does. The range officer today was telling me, he said he saw the guy, excuse me, having a hard time with his gun. And he kept asking him, like 3 times. He walked up to him and was like, "Hey man, is your gun jamming? Do you need to take it off the line?" And the guy was like, No. I'm kind of like, I know what I'm doing. And then he turned around and walked away, and then he heard, "Wow!" Next thing, he looked back, and his fingers were all cut open because the magazine exploded or something. I don't know, but his gun malfunctioned pretty bad after the guy told him 3 times to take it off the line. So that's definite pain, I'm sure.
Typical guy. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, he was over on Scotsman's chat, man, talking about it. Had a little revolver, brand new, squib load, man. And his wife was shooting it, so I'm glad she's okay. Just kind of probably shook up, but as long as you still count 10 fingers, you know, just take a deep breath.
Well, you got 10 fingers, 2 eyes.
Hopefully it wasn't her first time shooting or something, or it scares her away from shooting. Cause,
yeah, no doubt.
Stuff like that can have a psyche effect to people. Mental effect, whatever.
Yeah, it affects your psyche. That's you're right. You used it right.
Ooh, says his wife's first shots. Oh.
Damn.
Well, at least you got all the bad out of the way on day one, man. From here on out, smooth sailing.
We can just convince her to go again.
I was going to say, good luck getting her to take the second shot there.
Oh,
That's a bad thing. I mean, it could be with anyone, not just a woman. It could just as easily be a guy. The first time he goes out and shoots has a bad experience like that. Why would you want to go back, honestly? There's a lot of people that would.
I've seen it in the military. So, yeah, that's why I bring it up. You know what I mean? It might, it's like a traumatizing thing or something. I don't know, you know. So hopefully he can get her past it, and obviously, complete different firearm or something. You know what I mean? But for her own safety in life, in the future, and the people around her, hopefully she can get over it in the future. So.
He said that she told him, "Oh no, she's done." Handed him the guns and said, "Don't ask her to go shooting anymore."
Yeah,
that sucks. But I mean, you can't really blame a person, though, truthfully.
Well,
No, not really.
I wouldn't push her. Maybe bring it back up down the line. Have her hear that it's not really that normal of a thing, and it was just some bad luck. So.
Man, get back in the saddle, man. I mean, hell. Just
because
your first wife was a bitch from hell doesn't mean they all are.
Yes, it does.
Or
Yes, it
the
does.
first couple, doesn't matter.
John's trying to get him to send him his guns. That would be a lot of postage to do that, John. He's all the way up in Alaska, if I remember
My
correctly.
current wife could be listening, so I'm not going to comment on anything. I'm trying not to be in the doghouse when I
Since
get
when
home.
did this start?
Since when did you give a shit about
Yeah.
that?
We should try to help this dude out, man, so we don't lose a potential gunner out there.
How far away from home are you, Snobby?
Look at my GPS. I'm probably 3 hours, 36 minutes.
She promised to have a pizza or something waiting for him, so he doesn't
Yeah,
miss that.
I'm sure she did. She's probably going to meet me at the front door wearing nothing but saran wrap, too, so.
In
Open
one
pizza.
chip.
Probably aluminum
Yeah.
foil.
No, Rob,
Or she'll be
Rob's
standing
ladies
at the door with a shotgun, one of the two.
Rob, your ladies out there trying to talk Ozzy into doing the one chip challenge now.
Trying to talk everybody into this mess.
That's my
And
And
girl.
all these things, that's not safe.
Yeah, does anybody live close to this guy whose wife had this issue? Like, anybody
the
that's
other
like
guys.
in the shooting, maybe they could, hook up a lunch meeting somehow mysteriously, and they become friends, and then the girl, works back in the firearms on the other girl a little bit. Yeah.
Just work her back in, get a little 22 pistol or something, Don't give up.
Now, I mean, if it was me, I'd just say, woman, you get back up there and shoot again. I'll lay down the law.
Uh,
Crap, I just got myself in the doghouse.
man,
So I could
you know what would happen if you did that? You get your ass tased.
The hook would be when you send her the bill for the gun, and she's like, "What are you talking about? That wasn't even my gun. That was your gun." And you're like, "Well, broke in your hands, so technically."
Uh-huh.
And then she hands you divorce papers.
If she
then
says,
you're free of those problems.
if she says, watch it, the next time I shoot it, it'll be at you.
Yeah.
Ozzy says, Mikey don't eat just anything.
Where's Night Strike when you need him?
Eating his life cereal in
We
the
need to
corner.
talk him into this one chip challenge. He wouldn't even.
By the way,
he wouldn't even try the one piece of pizza challenge until.
Yeah, that's true. John, if you really want a unicorn, just get a narwhal horn and glue it onto your horse. You'll say it's a unicorn.
Narwhal. You're lucky I can't remember the next line to that.
Damn, all these gals are ending up in the ER after shooting. Look at that. Rob done maimed the Misfits darling out there.
Hey, man. She got to be able to shoot it. That's all I said.
Yeah, all I know is that her name is Truth in Advertising. She is the Misfits darling.
That's one of the when my friend and his wife, when we first started going to the range, she was really never touched a gun before. My buddy at least had held a gun before, and we started her on the 22 rifle, and she really liked it. And she'd shoot everything, but when it came to the 12 gauge, she was like, "No, I'm just not interested." She shot the 410 a bunch, and then there was she shot the 338 Lapua, but she didn't want to shoot I think it was the 8mm. And then over on the pistol side, she could tell by the sound of the gun whether or not she wanted to shoot it or not. So she'd just come right out and be like, "No, I'm not interested in that 357, but I'll shoot that one." And we just let her do what she wanted. And, it kind of worked out for her. So that was interesting that she was able to tell what she would be comfortable with just by looking at us shoot them and listen to them go off.
Damn, Rob,
You
you
know,
started her out on a 3-inch slug.
What is wrong with you, Rob?
Damn.
That's
Good
just
job.
wrong, man.
That's breaking him in.
Well, you do something, you do it all the way,
Jesus.
Jesus Christ, Rob.
I bought 3-inch slugs, like a 12, 18 round box or whatever they come in from Walmart one time, and I almost quit shooting because of that.
Rob, do you want to borrow my 10 gauge? I've got some 3.5-inch goose loads for it if you just want to
hell.
really get her going.
Nah, she won't do it. She won't.
That would kill her.
That single shot 10 gauge with those 3.5-inch magnums in it makes me not want to shoot anymore. I've only shot 2 of them through it.
Yeah, we played some pranks when I was younger with a Defender, Winchester Defender 12 gauge with a pistol grip on it, and 3-inch magnums through it, man. You only want about one. That's all your wrist and hand will take. It's like stinging pain, locked up, you can't move it, man. But I stuck them on a friend of mine about like the 3rd round in, and he was getting wild with the gun on each shot anyways, man. When that magnum went off, oh God, I know that hurt. I feel like somebody took a sledgehammer to your wrist.
There you go. Instead of the 1 chip challenge, it's the 1 round challenge.
Yeah, I'd never do it again. I wouldn't do that for money right now.
Sounds like a bracket that Rich could do next weekend.
Like guns that won't shoot more than once.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'd rather shoot a high recoiling rifle or shotgun than a high recoiling handgun or something you hold in your hand like a pistol grip shotgun.
I don't know. There's some
Because your
pretty
shoulder
high.
takes a lot more. I can take a lot more pain to my shoulder than my wrist.
There's some pretty high recoil rifles out there that I don't think I'd want to fire.
Oh, I guarantee you there are. 575 Tyrannosaurus or whatever it is, that thing's crazy big. Or the Nitro Express.
Yeah, a 4-bore rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
About
Snob.
that damn JD something. I forgot what the hell it is. Like one of the biggest rifle rounds out there. There's always videos of those, I don't know, Arab guys shooting them and getting blown off the table and shit.
Well, if you want that pizza snub, you better behave. Mystics out there in the chat now.
JD something.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, the boss is out there.
No, I'll shoot pretty much anything once. I'm not really scared to shoot anything, really. But the second shot's not always a good idea, though.
You got the guts to shoot a cop?
Wow, you went there.
Jesus.
I mean, I will shoot any firearm. Let me rephrase this.
Okay,
Well, what-
okay. I was just wondering.
Why do you want Snob to shoot Sarge, Jason?
Oh, not him.
There's 100% times I'm willing to shoot Sarge. I'm not even.
Wow.
According to the law, there's justifiable times that's a thing. Been a couple cases with that. I can't remember the names of them, but you know, as soon as an officer goes above and beyond, he's no longer working within the authority of power that's been given with him. So I know it's a debatable case, and it's not a spot you want to be in. But you know,
Yeah. That's not what I want to have to deal with, and I ain't got the money for that attorney.
Yeah, man, I'd probably shoot anything too, man. Except, you know, I'm not going to shoot a kid or a cop. You guys are terrible people.
Wow.
criminal's a
Over here with
criminal,
that baby.
man. Don't matter. Yeah, criminal's a criminal in the end. Not that I advise shooting anybody, but in the end, if it comes down to you or them, you know, I'd rather be judged and carried with legal terms. You know,
It's
Rob would
legal.
rather be judged by 6 than carried by 12, though.
No, it's better to be judged by 12 than to be eaten by one werewolf.
No, that's fair, too.
That's the way it goes. Yeah.
Or a Bigfoot. Looking for your one chip. What happens
Oh,
if you
man.
gave out one chip to Bigfoot and got him all mad, man?
That Bigfoot would just be furious because he only had one chip. And then he didn't have any Jack Links, too, on top of it.
Yeah, and then tell him he can't drink for an hour.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like Squib.
Just imagine that you're standing like you're in the woods hunting for Bigfoot, and you finally come across him, and like he comes to your campground, so you've got 7 cameras caught up, and you've caught every perfect single angle of Bigfoot, and you're just overwhelmed with how famous you're going to be, and then he comes up to you and rips your arms off.
Uh-huh.
Man,
I feel like Bigfoot really would come up to you and, like, shake your hand and say, hey, I'll give you $50 if you'll delete those pictures. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Rob and I were on Rick's show yesterday with Squib and trying to talk Squib into doing the one chip challenge. He's like, if I can't have beer with it, I'm not doing it.
No, I can't. It's funny. Well, you can't wait an hour. Like you're telling me every half hour at work you drink a beer? Like, you know, I don't know that guy.
Some people do.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's not the case. I'm just stating, you know what I mean?
Why do you think there's always recalls in the automotive industry?
Yeah, right. That's what happened to all them Ford Ovals. They disappeared. But
Shit, remember when
No.
they caught the people at the Jeep plant a few years ago smoking pot in the parking lot on their break?
no, I remember, you know, a job I had a long time ago where everybody, the manager, everybody was like, they take turns passing out in the office. All they did was drink. They were drunk when they got there in the morning. I ended up leaving. I couldn't keep up with those damn people. Yeah,
I was like, I couldn't be drunk when I got there. I had to wait till noon to get drunk.
Seriously.
It's 5
It
o'clock
was
somewhere.
bad, man. And yeah, the guy that replaced me, like right afterward, got killed actually. So loading a truck, they double stack stuff in the truck, so you'd like build the decks as you fill them. And I guess for some reason he was on the lower deck when they were loading the upper, which you're not supposed to do. But you know, and the whole thing collapsed, crushed, killed the dude. So it was like a blessing that I was out of there.
Yeah, go back a few months on Gary's show. The guy that just randomly popped up in the chat who was out partying all night and he was still drunk at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, drunk guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Never did find out what his name was. We just call him Drunk
There's
Guy.
been a point in my life when I was younger that I may have been in that position once or twice.
Yeah, all the crazies come out on Sunday morning, though, man.
Yeah, you get Black Hat Outdoors out there drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning. He was drunk by the end of the show. That was just a couple weeks ago.
It wasn't that long, yeah.
Yeah, but 11 o'clock in the morning is like 9 o'clock at night for a Black Hat.
Yeah, that's true. He's going to be in bed by 3.
Well, he was on vacation that week and his wife and kids weren't home.
Is that your bathroom, Rob?
Nah. I used to have a cool thing for the bathroom. I don't know where it went. It was like one of them door wraps where it was like this skeleton dude on the toilet, like looking pissed off, like you were looking at him. It was pretty cool. I don't know whatever happened to that. Got some other door wrap or actual door wraps, but they're stupid. I think they're stupid. I don't know. She put this one up, but oh shit, she can hear me anyway. But I think it's stupid.
Yeah, she's out there in the chat, Rob.
Don't worry, Rob. You can hang out with me.
All right, man. But I like that one with the skeleton on the tub there. What?
Turn the light in the hall on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Busted.
I gotta show you the other one now.
The anticipation. Everybody's so quiet.
John Z says he's never been drunk. Wish I could say that. I think Snob's drunk now.
Uh-huh. He's hitting the rumble strip so it keeps him awake.
I know. He's probably not even steering. I've seen him do that before.
Why? Am I supposed to have both hands on there?
I think that's the way that works.
Yeah, I think there's something about one being at 10 o'clock and one being at 2 o'clock. Something like
Well, one's on the door and one's on my leg here. But don't worry, my knee's on the steering wheel.
She likes that one.
Why would
Looks
they?
pretty cool.
That one's not as bad as the other one. The other one was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Boo!
Thank you.
That guy was so scary.
You know, she's claiming she don't know what happened to my dude on the toilet, so on BS. I think it was so cool somebody stole it or something.
72 miles to Oklahoma.
so less than an hour the way you drive.
I'm going 89 right now.
Yeah, so less than an hour the way you drive.
Well, it's feeling like 75, so I'm not like I'm going that much over it.
Put cobwebs all over my gun. Damn women.
Well, you can do that naturally. Just stop cleaning.
It's a monster's gun.
Speaking of that, do you see where Rob Zombie is making a movie version? Made a movie version of the Munsters. It's direct to DVD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it a scary Monsters?
No, he did it as a comedy.
Oh, well, he sucks.
Well, he wanted to keep the feel of the show. He didn't want
No, man, a scary Monsters would be so much better.
to. He didn't want to go the route of Disney with the Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Yeah, he kind of had me excited there for a minute, man. A Rob Zombie.
Well, you can always watch
Monster.
the Winnie the Pooh horror movie, Jason.
No, imagine that some salesman or somebody like an IRS agent knocks on the door, and Grandpa opens it up and bites him in the neck and sucks all his blood out of him, and then throws him to the dinosaur underneath the steps.
Have you guys seen the Winnie the Pooh horror movie previews and shit?
No.
No, Winnie the Pooh is anti-Asian, and Xi Jinping doesn't allow me to.
Yeah, the whole point of the Winnie the Pooh movie is Christopher Robin grows up, ditches the characters, right? Gets a girlfriend, gets married. Winnie the Pooh loses his shit and starts killing everybody. Is that Ahmed the dead terrorist's cousin?
That time of year, folks. You know what time of year it is? Vampire time.
You know how many holidays I decorate for?
I don't know.
0. My kids force me to put up a Christmas tree every year.
Well, then
Me
you're
and
decorating
Stacey
for
are both kind of anti-holiday. We buy tons of presents for the kids and stuff, but I hate dealing with it. It's just dumb. All holiday decorations are dumb.
It's gotten to be a bit much.
Yeah, I don't blame
I think my problem is all my life my mom always went overboard with every holiday. So I have no interest in holidays decorating.
No one needs joyous festivities in their lifetime.
Exactly.
Yeah, the meanings are lost nowadays. You know, I don't know. It used to have a good feeling to it. You know what I mean? Like the nostalgia is gone. Now it's just, stuff is what it seems like.
Yeah,
Especially
when the
like
kids
Christmas.
when the kids are little, we did a lot for like Christmas and stuff. But now they're all pretty much grown. It's like, They put up the Christmas tree, and like as soon as we're done opening presents on Christmas Day, Stacy's over there taking it down, and putting it up.
So you guys think too negatively. You need to do some positive energy thinking. We're celebrating a holiday today that you can decorate for, and that you can teach your adult kids about and buy gifts for and put up trees for. It's called Every Second Matters.
Every second
You want me to put
matters.
that's what I was going to ask. You want me to put up my Every Second Matters tree?
Yeah,
Your
man,
Every Second Matter, your patch panel, you could put them patches up in the shape of a tree if you want.
In the shape of a tree. That's genius. That is genius.
Yeah, you can
Why
get a
don't
gun
they have-
tree. Yeah, stand your rifles and stuff up on it. That'd be pretty cool.
Why don't they have ammo ween? And we just all dress up and go door to door and everybody hands out ammunition. Wouldn't that be so much
I
better?
know. They can only just hand us just a couple rounds each.
Yeah,
That's how we
just
should
like
start.
giving out candy.
Ammo weeding for adults. Now, I'm going to be the little bastard kid that comes to your door and reaches in there and grabs all of it.
I'm the
I'm
one that
just
comes
saying. I'm
back
just
wearing a
admitting
different
up front,
outfit.
I'm going to be that kid or that guy.
See, Rob is being festive already.
I'll be the house that has nothing but 22 LR, and everybody will toilet paper my house and stuff.
Clover will change his clothes and visit your house like 10 times.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's short enough; he don't have to change his clothes.
Gary's like, I'm tired of this leprechaun coming back every day.
Yeah, it's in St. Patrick's Day.
It's the 12 days of Leprechaun.
Dean Foss has got a point. He says no kids can make it up Snob's driveway. That's true.
The good thing about living where I live, you don't have to deal with trick-or-treaters.
But there's the promotional poster for the Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a live action.
Jason should do a show and rent that off YouTube and then
Yeah,
watch it.
sure. Watch the first couple minutes.
Wait a second. Hold on. It's an actual.
I'm so
human
sad
being.
I missed the rest of that movie that Jason showed that time. I don't remember what it was, but it was terrible. Something to do with
That
something.
Emmett Otter. That looks
Emmett
like
Otter's
Yeah.
Jug Band Christmas.
Yeah, prove the Kingpin that it actually existed.
This Winnie the Pooh is like real people.
Yeah, it's people in costumes and stuff.
So Winnie the Pooh is like 6'5", 300 pounds. Then
Uh-huh.
that's dumb.
Well, that's not Winnie the Pooh.
Well, he's
Blood
grown
and
up.
honey.
Remember, Winnie the Pooh and them were all supposed to be kids. They're grown up in the movie.
Lame, man. All these damn movies
I
now
don't know,
are
it's-
stupid.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not ridiculous, but it's a thing. And yes, it was made by Disney.
They call me Winnie.
It's made by one of Disney's other companies, production studios that they own.
They should have put a fat little kid in there and let him be Winnie the Pooh.
Does he smash Piglet with that sledgehammer?
Oh, God. You can't bring Piglet
You
up.
see
That's
that? No.
Triple X.
You
Yep.
see right underneath the writing, the guy that's standing there and has like a pig smack. I don't know how well you can see, but it looks like a pig max. That's Piglet. Piglet is his sidekick in the movie. They're
Oh, okay. I blew it up. There he is.
Yeah.
Hell, man, I might check this
All right,
out.
now,
It's
guys, you
kinda
do
up
know-
my alley.
What?
You do know our very own Gizzard Gary played Eeyore, right? He just acted like himself, and that was all he had to do.
Really? Really, Snob?
Am I wrong?
I'm not even answering that.
Oh,
little
for
buddy.
me.
Where's my tail? Has anybody
sounds like
seen my
Rich.
tail?
Rich needs to voice that character.
Rich could voice it. He just had to act like you. Ooh, burn.
Yeah, tell me that when you're going to work next year. While I sit at home making money. Sleep until noon.
Living your life away.
It's my life.
Easy, Gizzard. I know you're talking to Snob, but you're starting to make me cry and feel all sad about my life.
That's the truth.
Yeah, some of this will never be able to retire, damn it.
The rate our economy's going, I ain't going to be able to.
Yeah, I'll probably have to go back to work here in a couple of years after Social Security runs out of money. So.
There's a better shot of Piglet.
Nice.
Oh, man.
That don't even look like Piglet.
No,
Freaking hardball.
that's ridiculous.
Uh-huh. Well, they ain't gonna have cute and cuddly Winnie the Pooh going around killing people. Though there are
but that's
memes of
like-
that happening.
That's nothing like Winnie the Pooh, though. That's like some, I don't know, one of them weird-ass movie characters.
because it is.
Video game character or some shit.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a weird ass thing.
That's why nobody knows this movie exists and they didn't make any money on it. They
Exactly.
didn't have
Yeah.
cute, cuddly Winnie the Pooh chainsawing people.
Mhm.
You know, I could have went the rest of my life never knowing that movie existed.
Where's the boy? Was it Christopher Robin?
Oh, he's all grown up.
Is he like the first that gets killed?
Well, he's the one that Winnie the Pooh's trying to get for abandoning them. I've read the synopsis of the movie, or somebody. Or I was watching a video with somebody read the synopsis or something. I forget. But yeah, he's
Synopsis,
trying
you
to
mean?
get he's trying to get Christopher Robin and kill him because Christopher Robin stopped hanging out with them to go and get a wife or girlfriend, some nonsense.
Wasn't Winnie the Pooh a bear?
Yes,
Yeah, a honey
Well,
bear.
what the hell? That was a pig or something.
that was
Like-
Piglet.
That was
His little
Piglet.
friend
Oh,
Piglet.
oh, okay. Yeah, still. Okay, all right.
Damn, didn't you ever shop at Sears when you was a little kid?
Nah.
No, Sears costs too much money.
They used to have the whole Winnie the Pooh section.
Mm-hmm. I had a Winnie the Pooh nursery when I was little, and my mom still has my Winnie the Pooh baby blanket, or at least last I knew she did.
We didn't have a Sears local when I was a kid. So.
What?
Yeah.
Sears was like Walmart when I was a kid. There was one everywhere.
Yeah, we didn't have Walmart either. So.
No, we didn't
I was
either.
from one of those little ass towns out in the sticks. So
No Disney store.
nope. We had a movie theater and a bowling alley. That's it. So
Oh yeah, you're probably one of those people that don't realize you can drive 50 miles and that's still your Sears.
maybe.
Where I
maybe.
live, you have
live in
to
a
drive an
county,
hour.
so.
If it's within an hour of your house, you have a Sears, or you have a Walmart.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think we had a Walmart as a kid, even an hour away. So
We have to drive 30 miles to have a movie theater.
Well,
We
we
did
didn't have
have
a
a
Walmart
food.
in Pittsburgh when I was younger.
I didn't know what Walmart was till I was in high school.
Yeah, we didn't have Walmart or Target in Pittsburgh when I was a kid.
no, small town with nothing to do but get in trouble, pretty much. So I had to get out of there before I ended up dead or in jail. It's always been my saying.
And I think I found Jason's new girlfriend for him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the female lead from the Winnie the Pooh movie.
Uh-oh, there went Snow.
Yeah. There you go, Jason. That's the female lead. That's the one that
Oh,
plays
yeah.
Christopher Robin's girlfriend or
Okay.
wife or wherever she is.
Yeah, they didn't make cartoons like that when I was a kid.
Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit, the Little Mermaid. Come on, Rob.
The
Good luck.
Little Mermaid. Oh,
Dude.
God. Give me a freaking break.
Hey, she was wearing them seashells, man. She was wearing a bikini that was like that.
Man, I don't want to get no damn fish scale herpes
She
or
wasn't
something.
always a fish.
This girl here is wearing her seashells quite well.
Mhm.
Yeah, being
John
Wi-
Z says that looks like his future ex-wife.
Yeah, not bad. When you were talking Winnie the Pooh, I was afraid you were going to show me Moo Moo Pussy.
My ex-wife looked a lot like a fat Winnie the Pooh.
Jesus.
You did say X, I hope.
I said ex.
How dare you talk about mom like that, you son of a bitch.
No, the murderous Winnie the Pooh is much more delightful than her, though.
So did you have some topics tonight, Rich?
I think we've talked about a bunch of shit. So I mean,
Uh,
Rob's just trying to change the subject.
I don't know. I was just trying to kick it somewhere more serious, I guess, maybe, but don't matter. And yeah, how's your lazy boy toilet working out?
And you say you don't bring this shit up.
Yeah.
It's
I just
always,
want to make a point. You do not have to invent a lazy boy toilet. Any lazy boy can be a toilet if you have enough faith in yourself.
and they already did it on Home Improvement. If you go back to the Home Improvement, Tim Allen, when he was doing the
When he built the bathroom?
yeah, and when he built the bathroom, he had the TV built into the wall and stuff in the bathroom.
Yeah, and the lights that he turned on.
Yeah,
That was a great episode.
And it was all, the bathroom was all stainless steel.
Wait, you guys didn't have a TV in your bathroom? Telephone?
No.
No, my grandma used to have a corded telephone by the toilet, like mounted on the wall. You don't want to miss that phone call.
That's how our household was. We always had like a TV or probably a TV, radio, and a phone in the bathroom. So.
Jeez.
See, you spent too much time in the bathroom.
I say we didn't camp out in ours. Of course,
No.
3 people were sharing that bathroom.
I absolutely camp out of my bathroom every chance I get. If nobody bothers me in there, nobody wants to come in there and bother me when I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah,
So I'll just stay in there for an excessive amount of time.
You know, back in the day, phone calls were important. There wasn't all this text or all this type of crap typically. So when you got a call, it was important. They didn't call and like, "Oh, what's up? What are you doing?"
They wouldn't call you long distance to check on, to say what was up.
What are you guys talking about? I've got a refrigerator, I've got a microwave, I got a dishwasher, a stove, I got a queen size bed. I had all that stuff in my bathroom.
Huh.
And everybody still takes their phone into the bathroom with them now.
Yeah, I take my phone in the shower. Like I listen to a bunch of shows, like almost weekly. I'm in the shower while listening to one you got. I was out in the shower this morning, and it was Gary's show, so I couldn't respond to somebody because they might have been you, Snob. I don't even remember who it was, but yeah.
I do that all the time. We have a shower caddy that hangs on the thing, so I just set my phone in it and listen to it while I take the shower. The worst problem is when you try to type in the chat while you're in the shower and your fingers are wet.
Yeah, and then like
going crazy. Like, well,
yeah,
what you want to say.
Drops will hit the phone and it screws everything up, and yeah, that's what happened to me this morning actually.
Am I the only one that has a gun in their bathroom?
No.
Orange 9 is bragging because he says it takes him 30 seconds in the bathroom. But once again, he's from Alaska, so his bathroom is a giant hole in the ice somewhere.
I was going to say, in an outhouse, it doesn't take you long in an outhouse. I've used an outhouse in winter.
Yeah, you want to get out of there as fast as you can and back in where it's warm.
I can do speed showers if I have to, stuff like that, but a lot of times, I do my best thinking in the shower. Relax, or sometimes, we'll even grab a drink or whatever and just go do a shower party. Got the stereo in there, a couple drinks. Oh, yeah.
What do you just save all your worst thinking for the internet?
Pretty much.
Now we know why Rob wants to put toilets and everything. He's got his mind in the damn bathroom from partying in there all the time.
Hey, man, no
Best
kid.
work in the bathroom.
Oh, now you guys get all quiet. Come on, man. Come on. Act like you ain't had fun in the shower before. Always request a handicap showers when you're traveling. You get the little benches and all the handholds.
I'm not a savage. I get my old lady a freaking jacuzzi tub anytime we go somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Well, that too, but you know, if you can't get one in your room, which some places don't have, you get the
that's
handicap
terrible.
accessible room, and you're good to go, man. And the hot water
Yeah,
stays
I don't-
hot all night.
It frustrates me when you get a jacuzzi room and you get there and it's in the bathroom. It's like, what is this?
Or
What is
it's the tub is just big enough for one person to sit in and not even stretch out.
That's why she's got. Never mind. I won't say that on air.
Lady almost flooded our
Good
room. Lady almost flooded our room the last hot tub we had in the room, so it wasn't all the way full. She was just starting.
Don't get drunk and turn on the jets before the tub's full.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've done that.
Shit, shooting like 2 rooms away, hitting me in the bedroom.
Been there.
Oh, damn.
Don't
I did that one night. It wasn't quite up above it, and I turned it on, and it hit Stacy right in the face, and like took her breath and everything.
Yeah.
don't
And
use
then-
but a cap of bubble bath. That's
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
that's what I was fixing to say next. It's like the first time me and Stacey ever got a jacuzzi suite. Stopped and got bubble bath, and I'm like, hey, you know how you use it in a bathtub? You pour a ton in there to get a lot of bubbles. I poured like half the bottle in.
Oh, damn.
Literally, the whole room was covered in bubbles.
That's like when you overflow the dishwasher or the washing machine when you do that.
Yeah, it was horrible. And
Don't,
like you couldn't even use the jacuzzi tub the next day or anything. It was so full you couldn't get it all rinsed out.
don't put liquid dishwashing liquid in your dishwasher.
I did that once when I was a kid. Just use some Dawn detergent, in there.
Mhm.
That's
I
a
did
bad
that
idea.
twice at my friend's house. Like it was a hangout house, but his mom still lived with him. So I was up there eating a bowl of cereal, and I was like, "Hey, I'll just go ahead and do all the dishes and start a dishwasher." So I filled it up, loaded it up, turned it on, walked away. She came home like 2 hours later, and it was just like the whole house was just full of bubbles. It was crazy. And then I did it again because she
How
didn't tell
much
me
Dawn
about
did
it.
you put in there?
I filled the whole little tray up.
Oh my God! You only put a drop, Kingpin. A drop.
What, you don't use liquid detergent?
You
use
can.
a little
You-
cap.
You can. What you gotta do is you do just a drop of it with a little bit of baking soda.
Dude, she didn't tell anybody about it. Well, she talked to her son about it, and he never mentioned it to anybody. So, like 2 months later, I did it again, and we were still at the house when it happened. I walked back out in the kitchen, and I was like, "Oh, dude, what am I doing?"
Oh.
Kingpin just thinks he's being nice. I'm just going to do the dishes for these people. They're just nice people. We flood their house twice.
Yeah, I can hear the kid's mom yelling at him now. He is not allowed in my house ever again.
Oh, we did a whole lot worse stuff in the house, man. But she liked me because I'd paint her house and do different stuff like that for her. But man, she should have killed every one of us multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I commonly went to my one friend's house and would get put to work doing shit. I mean, we painted his house. We painted the house inside and out. I'd get drafted to help his dad change oil because I was like the skinniest one at the time and was able to get under the car the easiest without having to jack the thing up. Yeah.
My buddy Corey's dad had it figured out. Of course, I pretty much lived there. Anytime we weren't in school, we were with each other, pretty much all the time growing up. So if he had it figured out, he'd tell Corey, well, this needs to get done before y'all can go do something. And Corey'd call me, and then we'd end up both over there doing it. Or Jerry just tell you, flat out, you're here, you stay here as much as anybody, you get to doing stuff, whatever needs done.
I had friends that would pull that, like, oh, I got to do this before I can go. And you're like, oh, damn. Like, you've been sitting there waiting. And you're like, all right, I'll just come over and help you finish or whatever. So you get suckered into it. I didn't mind helping people. In some cases, parents, one friend's parents, couldn't walk and stuff. So if I showed up, I'd shovel their driveway or sidewalk and stuff, whether they were home or not and stuff like that. But that kind of, courtesy stuff. And never mind helping out with other people's stuff like that. So
Ours would be like, oh, you got to haul 40 acres of square hay in before you guys can go out.
yeah. Well,
So then you're out there hauling ass trying to haul 40 acres of hay in an hour, killing yourself. So you can go try to find some chicks that night.
We've been joined out there by Patriot in the Dark, who says, "Good evening, gentlemen. So we skipped oil, mud, and jello and jumped right to bubbles." Okay. Well, at least he's not talking about midget tossing for once.
Dude, there's a video out there, Patriot. I've seen it in the shorts. You definitely want to check it out, man. Some chick tried messing with like a midget dude, and they started brawling. It was hilarious. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. It's just funny, people. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a short out there. I was trying to like lock it down, but it got locked in the wrist. Yeah.
God, Rob, you're terrible. You're calling it a short because the dude's a midget?
Well, no. I'm just saying, that's what it's like labeled that or something. It's like midget fight or, girl versus midget or something. I don't know. That was the title. So, but let me tell you, man, it's it's a full minute of entertainment, yo.
I think your lady just likes watching people suffer, Rob. She's out there trying to talk Patriot into doing the one-chip challenge now.
Well, yeah, she's trying to get these guys into it. I mean, especially the service guys. I mean, we haven't found a Marine that's got the balls yet to eat a chip. I don't know. Maybe Patriots. Maybe he's not a has-been. I don't know. Maybe he'll join in.
Patriot going to Marine up where Squib wouldn't.
Patriot sent me an email of the information for the Trump rally that was in Michigan the other day. And on the prohibited items list, at the very bottom of the list, it says appliances, i.e. toasters. So you can just, if you guys ever go to a political rally, make sure you leave your toasters at home.
Really? How am I gonna heat my bagel? Who likes a cold bagel?
Yeah,
that's what I said. If I can't have some tasty buttered toast at the rally, I don't want to go. And I spent a lot of money.
You're not a savage. You don't eat just buttered bread.
What if you identify as a piece of toast?
Or two.
Yeah, well, no, you didn't get one of the rechargeable cordless toasters?
Yeah, what if you got a battery toaster, man? Yeah. An EV, an ET.
They actually have those for camping. I saw them.
Yeah, I know.
I have a cordless toaster that goes on a propane stove for camping.
So they don't want you to bring a toaster to the rally, huh?
Just put your bread on the exhaust manifold and let it sit there.
It's funny, they put appliances down, which, I mean, is odd enough, but then I wonder why they singled out toasters.
There has to be a reason behind this. Did someone actually bring a toaster to a Trump rally once?
A toaster can be used as a really nasty weapon.
What's an assault weapon, bro? Certain states, especially if it's black.
Well, now that's only if it's a double capacity, a four slice toaster.
You grab the toaster by the cord and you swing that thing around. You can generate some
Who needs
energy
a
with that
toaster
thing to smack somebody.
that can toast 4 slices of bread? Come on.
I got a 4-slot toaster.
Excess capacity.
Hey man, you're toasting some waffles. You put 4 in there. Boom.
But kid, you wish you had a 12 slice.
Yeah, that ain't no doubt.
Yeah, you're making a kid's lunch and put the bread in the toaster, peanut butter and jelly on toast for 2 kids, right there.
You guys just don't see it, man. It's really a de facto ban on white bread, man.
But what if you're toasting rye?
Toast it.
I don't know. I feel like it's a slippery slope, though.
It
Or
is.
pumpernickel.
Good bread, man.
Well, you know what it is. You put the white bread in the toaster, and if you have the setting too long, the bread comes out in blackface.
Oh, she was going to say it came out brown and, you know, wants to shut down the border.
What, it was left in too long? Is that what you're going with?
Yeah. You burned the toaster, and the toaster's now wearing blackface, man. I mean, the toast looks like it's getting ready to do one of the minstrel shows. You can't have that.
Damn.
Hey, I didn't get anywhere near as bad as Single Shot. Oh, that Sunday, Gary was so afraid he was going to get a strike. Come on, Gary, admit it. You know.
I'm not saying nothing.
They've been hammering Rick. You see Rick's show complaining about them striking him, and then he starts, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm like, dude, like, what the hell?
He's like, they're going to go through my videos, and I'm going to get 2 more strikes, and I'm not going to have my channel anymore.
So what did Rick get in trouble for? I never heard.
Yes,
False information about the election.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep, misinformation about the election is what they popped him for.
But yeah, he's horrible. He's like out there, like that's in like almost all my shows. He's like ratting on himself all across the board.
I know. He's like, that wasn't even the worst I said. He's like, Rick, stop. You're self-incriminating, man.
Take the fifth. Take the fifth, man.
Take the fifth.
God, he ain't a criminal.
Oh man, he's like, yeah, I can see it now. Rick get arrested. He's like, you arrest me for that? That's not even the worst I've ever done.
Right? Yeah.
I like it when he started diming out his cousin, and you guys were like, yeah, hey, we're live, dude.
Like, yo, I didn't say which cousin. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't say which cousin it was.
I was like, man, don't ever tell Rick nothing serious in the back chat. Like,
yeah, you typed it in the internal chat.
Oh man, friends like that, you know.
The best part is, I don't even think he knows he's doing it. He's just one of those people that just goes off on a rant and doesn't realize what he's saying. It's like, dude, shut up.
I'm pretty sure Rick doesn't have much of a filter.
No, I don't think so. Not much. Anyway.
I like Rick, but he doesn't have much of a filter. You'll appreciate it. There's a place in Bixby, a restaurant called I Love Mac and Cheese. So I snapped a picture of it the other day when I was driving by it and sent it to Rick. Even that girl thrilled with it. When he replied back, I forgot exactly what he said, but he wasn't excited.
That's funny.
I want to see a game show where Rick is the host, and the whole game show is just him asking the question. Dude,
it would take a whole half hour.
Absolutely impossible to understand his trivia question. Because he'll get off on a tangent and he'll start saying, well, this thing, you know, the thing that I was talking about, and the first time ever, not the first time ever, but the second time ever.
Yeah, he keeps changing. He's like that P whatever. He's like, well, I think it was the first gun user that this country used. I'm not sure what the country called it, but you know, if you Google it, you'll find it.
Oh man.
I love Rick though. He's like one of my favorite people to watch. When he gets mad, he's the best. When he gets mad.
Oh, you want to get him mad? Just tell him that a Welsh rabbit's on grilled cheese.
It's on toast.
Yeah. And then Rob gets on him about a salad, and Rick just gets all upset. So my favorite pastime is watching Rob and Rick and Swift fight.
Good time.
Yeah, Swift is telling Rick, just put it on a credit card, Rick. Go buy a brand new truck. Rick's over here struggling to make ends meet. Go buy a brand new truck. There ain't no sense in you not buying it.
Could have one if you wanted one.
Yeah.
Snap them fingers. Oh,
Moxie's is out there in the chat. So. Evening, Obi.
Really?
What's up, Orange Man?
I guess he made his own. Really, my favorite thing is to watch Squibb and Rob talk. Because I always say, if you could just combine those two, you get one normal person. Because they're so opposite. Rob will spend $2 and put $1 in the bank and trust them. And Squibb won't carry cash for the life of him.
Oh my God, he was telling us yesterday that he actually bought something with cash.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't use cash a lot to buy stuff, but I still always keep some. But I don't use a credit card for every single purchase either.
Nah, most of the
I use
purchases.
a debit card.
Yeah, I was gonna say most of the purchases we make are with debit card.
I mean, I do use
You
my
guys-
credit card stuff, but
You guys keep
Well,
like some
out of town.
emergency cash, right? Like, you know, it's not abnormal. I mean, I don't know, people call it like the gangster roll or whatever, but you gotta have some hard cash stashed in your pocket, right?
Shit,
I
that
always
all
try
got.
to keep at least $100 bill with me
Yeah, any
until
of that.
Mystic finds it.
Yeah, any of that got spent while she was out for over a month with the surgery she just had. So we ain't got no emergency stash right now. That emergency stash was used for that emergency.
Well, it's not technically your emergency stash. It's a stash you forget about, and then you have an emergency stash for, you know, crap that comes up. But
Well, my
Yeah.
$100 bill is an emergency stash if I'm ever out of town and the credit card machine's down and I need gas to get home, or
yeah, something like that. You know, you end up with car trouble 3 states away in the middle of the night. You know, Jim Bob
now if
will give you a ride for cash, but he doesn't want your damn credit card.
yeah. Well, if I go on a trip, I always try to take several $100 with me just in case. Because you never want to be in. Well, matter of fact,
Yeah.
when me and Amanda were married, I mean this was years ago. It's about a year after I bought the only new truck I ever bought, our famous new. It's like '05. But we went to Colorado on a vacation and got out there, and it spent 3 or 4 days out there, and went to come home, and my debit card wouldn't work at the pump to pay for gas because the bank had kicked it back because they thought because I didn't tell them I was traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know anything about it back then, and I didn't know how I was going to get home. We had just like $40 in cash, so I think we ended up sleeping in the truck that night, and then the next morning was Monday morning, so I could call the bank and get it fixed.
Yeah, years way back. You know, back when I was like 16 or whatever. I was partying out of town for the weekend. Not the weekend, but I had like a day off or something. Whatever. Either way, I was out of town, hanging out, and then was about to come back early in the morning, like this following day or whatever, and stopped by the bank. You know, being typical, had a bank card at that point and stuff, and the damn bank, like the ATM, ate my card. And I was stuck. Like, it's like 5 in the morning, some little hillbilly town out in the sticks somewhere, had a gas station. I ended up basically having to backtrack, borrow money from people so I could drive back home, go to work, deal with the bank, and then drive all the way back to pay them back their damn money so I wasn't that asshole. You know what I mean? And then back again. It's like, I don't know. Right then and there, it kind of pissed me off. There was no problem. It was some glitch with the machine or something, but it left me screwed, and my babysitter wouldn't give me the money. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it, like a babysitter for your money. The middleman fucked up and put me in a bad spot, cost me more money and time, and made me look bad. So I just,
Well, that's like us. Of course, I was like 21, 22. I had no clue. I was just a young kid, 21, 22, and we taking our first vacation, real vacation together. I had plenty of money in the bank. So I wasn't worried about it. And I didn't have any credit cards or anything then. I had a bank account, and that was it.
There's a lot of gas stations at 4 o'clock in the morning that aren't open, but if you pull up to it, the credit card machine still works. So you can't, if you're running out of gas and all you got is cash, now it works both ways.
Oh, yeah, it does. And I think I spent $5 cash this whole trip. I just don't use, I use my debit card the whole trip, but.
Yeah. Real quick, we've been joined by Ron Wayne out there. Ron Wayne, not to be confused with Ron White like I called him last weekend. Tater salad.
What's up, Ron? Where'd this Ron guy come from? Is he somebody new? Or he's got like a or what?
Yeah, somebody new showed up last week.
It seemed like he showed up like 2 days ago and now he's everywhere. He's stalking us? You stalking us, Ron?
Ron Lane's been around for a while. He usually comes from G-Web's pets.
I'm just messing. He seems cool. I'm just,
Yeah, Ron's pretty cool.
being myself, so.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
puts out a lot of short videos. He's got like 7,000 subscribers, I think.
yeah, he's the one that said call him Tater Salad. After I accidentally called him Ron White last week.
They call me Tater Salad.
Hold up real quick. Hey, Ozzy, which drawer is your sock drawer exactly?
The one that has the socks in it, Kingpin.
I don't got time to look for him, man. You're messing me up here.
Why, does he have a bunch of cash in it?
Yeah, he says he keeps $1,000 in his sock drawer.
Oh,
But what he's not telling you is it's 1,000 pesos.
So that's like a bad spot. You don't ever want to store something like under your pillow, under your bed, in your dresser.
Yeah, you keep
Those
cocaine.
are like the most obvious spot for somebody to quickly ransack your house.
Well,
You always
1,000
keep it under the
pesos is
broccoli in your freezer.
Well, I'm not going to tell you where to put it, but don't,
1,000
those
pesos
are
is
like
only
the
like
worst
$10.
places.
Come on.
Like people look there when they're playing hide and seek and stuff. Like those are the worst places. You know what I mean? You want to think something out of the box.
That's the reason I keep mine under my broccoli in the freezer. The kids will never find it because they won't pick up that bag of frozen broccoli.
There you got part of the point.
The problem is you got a sandwich between the frozen broccoli and the pizza rolls.
Mm-hmm. No, in all honesty, the reason I don't keep a lot of cash is because I have teenage kids that always need money if I have money.
Well, you don't tell them you have money. I mean, I can't tell you how
but
many
they
times
find
I came broke and then all of a sudden I got money.
Oh, so you admit it? You don't give your kids anything? You're a neglectful father?
Don't
There's a
leave your
difference
wallet
between
laying
needs
around
and
where your
wants. Kids want every damn thing. They don't need everything.
My kids didn't get a cell phone until they were able
I
to pay
agree.
for it themselves.
What'd you say, Gary?
Well, I'm not that mean.
I was telling Snob, I said, if your kids are finding out you have money, I said, quit leaving your wallet laid around where your kids can go through it.
Where do your kids get that
That's
phone
my
app?
wife.
Snob can't hide the money though, because I mean, right now he's probably got like 600 people in his driveway waiting for pictures and autographs. You know, those giant
Well, it's rough.
contracts that YouTube sends. You know, so it's really hard.
Well,
for
there's
a
this
guy
car
to-
beside me, and they got a big camera hanging out the window, and they've been following me ever since Alabama. I don't know what it is. They saw me at Buc-ee's. I don't know.
Or maybe they're stalking you.
It's got
It's rough
nothing
when
to
you're
do
famous.
with that body underneath the truck there.
Oh, I knew there was a bump earlier. I thought it was just an empty trash bag.
He's probably on the hook for deposit on like a dozen TNA guns coming from all these people.
I do have a T&E gun sitting in Sports World waiting on me right now, a 10mm 1911.
Shit, that reminds me. One of these days, I'm going to have to get in touch with Greg from Cosint.
Oh, you keep saying that shit. He ain't doing
I know, I
nothing.
keep
He ain't
forgetting.
doing
I
nothing.
keep forgetting.
You keep forgetting. It don't matter. He ain't giving you shit.
Not anymore. After I forgot to get to contact him for how long?
I got nothing for them people till they hook midnight up. All right, put my foot down, damn it.
Anybody talk to Midnight lately? I haven't texted him in a long time. I need to just check on him.
He was in the chat a month and a half ago. I
I know
haven't
he's
seen him
just super
since.
busy and everything. I keep thinking I'll remember to text him and just say something to him, but I don't want to text him too late, and I don't think about it other times.
Mm-hmm.
He did a live show like during the middle of the day about maybe a month and a half ago.
Oh, really? I guess I missed it.
Yeah, I never got a notification for it.
Yeah, he was live for a while.
Even though Midnight won't invite me to his damn restaurant because he probably thinks it's too high class for me, and I'm gonna bitch about the price.
So that's
You
why
know
right
that.
there. The second part is probably the reason.
I'm still gonna put my foot down on the Hussein Arms deal.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
if they
the
have a
first I
dollar
heard.
menu there, Rob.
Yeah, they don't have a dollar menu now.
Hey man, hey, I don't mind paying a
Asparagus
little
tips.
extra, but I'm not paying for atmosphere. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it was one of those places, I would pay for it. I would be
Oh,
respectful.
if it gets Rob laid, he'll pay for it. I know how Rob works.
Yeah, that's right.
If it makes his lady happy, he's down. He don't care.
That's right.
Well, he ain't gonna be happy unless he's got at least a regular greasy ass burger, man. Like, not a fancy little slider with, dressing or whatever the hell on the side. I don't know, but
See, I'm just too hillbilly and redneck. I don't like fancy ass restaurants with their stupid little garnishes and all that crap. I'm just not.
If you see those white cloth napkins and the glass bottles of water, and you know the food's gonna taste like shit and be overpriced.
Oh,
And a small portion.
The food
Like
at
tiny
the old,
portion.
the food at the old restaurant he was working at, that the food was good.
See, my memory works too good, and I remember Rob spending 2.5, 3 hours busting G23's balls about not taking his wife out to a fancy dinner and buying her flowers and candy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, now you're sitting here spending a half an hour bitching about people who go to fancy restaurants.
Same guy.
man.
Same
Either
guy
the
pays
food's
$8
good or it's
a
not.
chip.
I don't care about the atmosphere. Is the food good or not? It's either good and the place is clean and I'm happy, or it's it's just what it is. I don't know. But I don't mind spending money on certain things here or there. So
Oh, man. My wife,
$8 a chip.
My wife, when she found out when we were going to Harrisburg for the Great American Outdoor Show that Midnight wasn't working at the same restaurant anymore, she got pissed because she wanted some of that filet lo mein that she got the last time. It was beef lo mein made with filet mignon steak. She loved it.
I mean, I'm a good husband. I take my old lady out to Texas Roadhouse at least twice a month.
Hey, if Texas Roadhouse ain't good enough for you, then there's something wrong with it. That's good.
In all honesty, Texas Roadhouse is really one of the cheapest restaurants to eat at compared to most nicer steakhouses. It's nothing fancy, not like that, but just a steakhouse in general.
They got
and
good
it's
food.
better than most of the way more expensive ones we've been to. Way better.
oh man, all I gotta do to make my lady happy is bring her home some nice new comfortable socks. She's happy.
Oh, and Rob wants to know where Ozzy sock drawer is too, so he can get some socks for his wife while you're there at King Ben.
Yeah.
I'll make a deal with you, Rob. Since you live closer, you go get the sock drawer, send me all the cash, and you can keep all the socks.
I don't know about used men's socks. I don't know how she feels about that.
I feel like Ozzy socks all have one hole in them, and your toe sticks out.
You can take $100 out and spend that on whatever it's going to cost for you to ship the rest of it to me, and then keep the change.
Woohoo!
Where did they eat this weekend?
There ain't nothing around there.
For some reason, I don't think it'd be wise for me to be sneaking around Ozzy's house, rummaging through his sock drawers.
Do it while he's at work. We know he gets off about the time Gary's show's over, so on Friday night.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So you got it made.
Excuse you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen, I'm out. I got to go to bed. Y'all have a great
Later,
night.
David.
All right, see
Later,
you, man.
Kingpin.
Hey, man.
Good night.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Snob, drive safe, and have a good trip back home, man.
I'm 7 miles from Oklahoma.
His local Burger King's got to be closing. I'm sure he's going to do a drive-by, see if any of those ladies need a ride.
He's got to get him napkin somehow. Defense Dad's throwing the gauntlet down out there, Rob. I don't know. See what
What do you say? I can't read it.
They do have a good chicken fried steak.
He said
They got a
Texas
really good
Roadhouse
chicken
makes a
fried
great
steak.
chicken fried steak in New York Outcast. Go there instead of poisoning your family.
I didn't even think they even had chicken fried steak in New York. That's a southern thing.
Well, that's why Rob can't make it.
That's probably why, yeah.
Dude, I just followed the directions.
Directions? There ain't no directions. I'll make you a mean chicken fried steak if you ever come to Oklahoma.
Oh man, it was one of them frozen box things. You pull it out the freezer, you open it up, you read the box.
If you don't take a hammer and beat your meat to make a chicken fried steak, you ain't even doing it right.
Phrasing there, snob.
Snob can tell you all about beating your meat now.
It's hammer time.
My oldest loves chicken fried steak, and I hate to make it. And Stacy hates for me to make it because it is like the biggest, messiest meal you can ever make. But
He's a wafflehead flaming hammer.
What?
He's
Yeah,
a
well,
wafflehead
about a
flaming
24,
hammer.
about a 24-ounce Estling is the proper choice.
There you go.
It takes way less effort than one of those stupid kitchen hammers.
God, Morse code going on.
I do love a good chicken fried steak. It's just, they're so messy to make. You get like flour everywhere, and then somehow grease gets all over the stove somehow. And Stacy just wants to kill me every time I make it. Because I can cook somewhat decent. I'm a really messy cook.
It's chicken, right?
No.
No, it's steak.
It's steak? Chicken fried. What the hell they call it chicken fried steak for?
Yeah, it's round steak.
Because you fry it like fried chicken. You batter it. You dip it in, you season your meat, then you dip it in eggs and milk mixed together. And then you dip it in flour, and then you re-dip it in eggs and milk, and then you re-dip it in flour, and then you fry it. And you put seasoning in your flour.
Now, Ozzy just sent me an email with a picture of what he keeps in his sock drawer. And no, it's nothing dirty. Well,
I was going to say, can you show it?
yeah, I can show it. Well, it might be dirty.
The underwear drawer. All right, Ozzy.
He said that's $1,200 there.
Jeez.
And you know it's live because there's the show in the background.
Yeah. You still
Cool,
kind of
man.
screwed if you can't
Secret?
get change.
I would absolutely not keep it in my sock drawer because my wife does laundry and puts socks in the sock drawer, and every time she did laundry, she'd take $100 as her payment for doing laundry, and I'd be broke.
You save money by doing your own laundry.
Yeah.
Yep. And for anybody else who would want to send a picture of anything, Ozzy took advantage of the fact that the email to contact the show is right there in the crawler going across the bottom of the screen.
Let me tell you, Ozzy breaks the mold. So there's not many people do, but they say the average person is in trouble with a $400 with an unexpected $400 expense. They say most people don't have $500 on hand at any given time, let alone 1,000 or 1,200 or whatever. So, so that alone is if you look at all the numbers and shit, you're doing pretty good, Ozzy. So
I don't keep that in cash around the house, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I keep that much in my bank account. I typically don't keep that much cash.
I'm gonna say
I actually got
it's not a problem.
I don't know if
I've
they
got a pretty good amount of cash in my safe, but
factor that in. They refer to cash, but I don't know if they factor in, having to go to the bank to get it or something. I don't know.
I mean, I would say
I don't know who does these studies. It's just national things or whatever, but typically.
Because in my opinion, if you have the cash in the bank, because if you're talking about unexpected, your water heater goes out and you need to go to Lowe's and spend $600 on it without putting it on a credit card. I mean, I have the cash to go do that. It's just in the bank. I'm not borrowing the money to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what they mean by it, is you're not taking out a loan or a credit card. Like, you know, you could actually come up with the cash yourself and still pay your bill.
Apparently, I missed the comment from Obnoxious where he said I was supposed to read it to stop. He said it was way better than the steak he had this weekend.
Oh, Jesus.
What
Here we
happened?
go with that again. Huh?
What happened?
I was originally going to take steaks down there and we were going to cook out with Live Free Armory guys. Well, then the hurricane was coming and all that. And I'm like, well, I don't want to waste, quite a bit of money in beef. We're not going to be able to cook because they were still, whenever I left Thursday night, they were still predicting heavy rains. So I was like, I'm not even going to mess with wasting because I was scared I would waste it. I'm not going to mess with it. I'll do it some other time.
Well, you
No, I
store it
took
in
off.
dry ice and then it doesn't go to waste.
Well, I mean, I could have kept it cold on ice, but I didn't want it to thaw because you don't want to thaw and refreeze beef.
Yeah, that's why I
Wait a
said
minute,
pack
you
it
said
in
you
dry
were
ice
bringing-
in your cooler and you'll be fine.
I don't even know where you get dry ice anymore.
You said you were bringing steak. You showed up with steak
Get it
and
at
then you took
Walmart.
off with it. You didn't even.
No. Yeah, I thought it was going to rain, so I left the steaks at home in the freezer. I didn't want it to run.
Oh,
they have those coolers.
Steak's still good in the rain, bro. You know.
Yeah, and they have the coolers that have the plug now that fits like in the old cigarette lighter, but they don't call it a cigarette lighter anymore.
I don't have
that works
one
like
of
a
those.
refrigerator. Well, go buy one.
I know. They're expensive. I looked at one before we went to Colorado camping. I've already got $250
Just put it on your credit card. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Sell a cow.
Unlike Squib, I don't like paying interest on stuff, so I just pay cash for it. Because if I use a credit card, I try to just pay it off.
Yeah, Uplift Mofo party plans after he's saying, how about that Glock AR-15? Is that a thing? Somebody mentioned it on Scotsman's chat, and
Yeah.
nobody could find
Yeah,
anything
John
about it.
Crump did a video today about it. So did CRS Firearms.
I seen the picture on Scotsman's, and it looks like a damn Glock with a kit added to it. I mean, that's not an AR-15. Like, unless I'm missing something, but
What
looks
I
like
saw
you're just
was
snapping a
AR-15.
Glock into a chassis. Like that's
Yeah,
That's
that
not
may
right.
not that might not be what they're talking about though, Rob. Because
okay.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it.
There's been concept pictures out for a while, so I mean, is it one of those, or this is something you can go to store and buy?
G23 says check roll call 219's community tab.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off too for tonight.
Okay.
Later, Jason.
All right,
Jason.
yeah,
Normally,
y'all have a
Glock
good
doesn't just leak stuff. They have a big product announcement.
Supposedly, this is something they submitted for military trials in Great Britain or something.
It's not even American then. I mean, it's
Well,
not
of
even
course
going
not.
to
It's
be an American.
Glock.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be in America. And Glock does make some of their stuff in America.
Yeah, apparently Rocco's got a picture of from there. So. Pictures that are being leaked. It's a flat, dark Earth.
Yep.
In other words, baby poo.
I don't know.
I
I mean,
don't
it
know.
may very well be real. I just don't think they're going to release it in the U.S. market right now because I think if they would have, they would be having a huge product announcement like Glock.
They're going to
always
wait
does.
until SHOT Show.
Yeah, I'll
They
wait till
usually
SHOT Show.
completely overplay it and all that.
But
Why
yeah,
would
it's-
Why would you want one of those over a standard AR anyway? I mean,
It's
probably
definitely
wouldn't,
an AR
but
with a
people
Glock
will.
logo. Yeah, it's an AR with a Glock logo
I'm sure it's a polymer lower too.
engraved into it.
You
Yeah, 'cause
guys
if you
will
look,
gripe
the
about
lower-
grip angle.
The lower, the Keller doesn't match the upper.
Oh, so it is polymer then, I'm sure.
Yeah, it looks like the forend might be polymer too,
Mhm.
because that matches the lower. The forend and the lower match, the handguard, but the upper receiver doesn't match. The upper receiver is darker.
I don't know. I'm all for more guns, the more the merrier, even if it is Glock. But I don't see the draw to it, and I assume it's not going to be priced like a PSA or something like that. Of course, it's going to be, something, $1,200 or something crazy probably. So
It'll be perfection.
yeah, that's why they keep coming out with the next model, right?
Uh-huh.
It's funny. Don't look bad from the pictures that I see here. I mean, but it actually looks more like an AR than I was initially thinking it would. But still, I mean, what's the point then? I mean, isn't there, I don't know, 50, 100 AR companies out there? I mean, what's the draw? Where's the sizzle?
Yeah, it's like Springfield Armory when they brought out the same thing. Maybe getting into the game a little too late.
Yeah, and I mean, you can go over to Live Free Armory and get one made from American materials by an American company for probably a lower cost. I know you can in the Springfield thing.
Shit, Smith & Wesson's been making these for how long? Just playing.
I mean, if you want a subpar quality, yeah, they make them.
Yeah, I can't make out the writing tell if that's in English or German. On the receiver, it's just too blurry.
Now, I'd be impressed if, like, Glocks were $250 or whatever, like they initially were intended to be, and this and that, and like a rifle like this was $300 or something. Then that, I could see a draw to this, but I don't know. Other than that, it's just another AR. So.
Well, you know why a lot of this stuff is expensive as it is marketing. 100% of it is marketing. That's what, when we were at Live Free Armory and Colby was talking about it, he's like, he said, I just don't understand why companies are charging so much for stuff other than they're having to spend so much on marketing is the thing. They're spending so many millions a year on marketing that they have to charge more for the product.
Man, your lady is seriously after trying to shame people and doing that one chip challenge. I think she's just a masochist. She just wants to watch people suffer.
Come on, everybody watches the races for the crashes. It's the same thing.
I haven't watched a race in years.
I almost watched one today because I was looking over the side of the highway.
Yeah, they were lining up and everything by the time you were there.
Oh, yeah. You're in Oklahoma when there's orange and yellow flashing lights everywhere and speed limit reduced. One lane. One of these days we're going to have the best damn roads in the country. That's all they do is work on them.
Yeah, Guns and barbecues out there in the chat now.
Damn scam the roads. That's what it seems like. They always strip off a top coat, this and that, so many years doing it again. They need millions of dollars to go back and then half-ass it.
Well, I-40 is a concrete poured highway, Well, they came through here and cut little rectangles out of each lane and poured new concrete in.
G23 is out there putting words in my mouth. He's saying that I said that barbecue's scared to join the panel. No, I know barbecue's not scared to join the panel because he does it quite frequently.
Screw that barbecue guy. He's a fake. He's a vegan and hates guns.
I've seen that around here on highways where every so I don't know, every 10th of a mile or something, they're cutting shit up and filling stuff in with these giant holes. What the hell are they doing?
I don't know. It ain't making it no smoother though.
And the
Nah, it
defense
don't
that
make any sense either. I mean, what, you know, it's
the
not like
defense,
there's water pipes or something or anything electrical, like
It's just like they just
expansion
cut them. I guess
joint.
there was. It's like they
The
cut
hell
them
are they doing?
every. I mean, this is like every probably. I don't know. I'm going kind of fast, but I'm saying every 50 feet, there's probably like a 4-foot section where
Yeah.
they cut a rectangle out.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody out there has got to work highway department. What the hell are you doing? Because that's just weird.
Just to me too.
but the
I mean,
defense
I'd
that just
understand it if
came.
it was a spot where they had a lot of holes or something, and they cut that section out and report it. But this is exactly every so often. It's like they put a joint in it or something.
Yeah, defense dad out there in the chat though, he just came up with another reason for you guys not to do the one chip challenge. Said these guys all better get some preparation each for the hemorrhoids they get in the aftermath of the one chip
That's
challenge.
That's the reason I ain't doing it.
Oh, it's
I've
like
been-
one bad day. You'll be fine.
I've grown attached to my asshole not being on fire, so I just didn't keep it that way.
I like breathing, so that, it's kind of essential. So,
I mean, I wonder, honestly, this is a serious question. You know, here a while back, I really couldn't taste anything unless it was extremely spicy after I had COVID for a while. I mean, I literally couldn't taste anything unless it was really spicy. So everything I ate was extremely spicy. I wonder if I could have did the one chip challenge then. Because even stuff that should have been really, really hot wasn't hot. It was just had flavor.
Barbecue said he'd jump in, but he's dealing with the younger one, little one who's sick. I hope they get better soon there, Barbecue.
I mean, if that's true, hopefully they get better. If he's saying that because he's scared, then screw him.
Man,
Right.
just tell the old ass is getting better. They're grounded tomorrow.
Exactly.
Now, damn it.
Learn to throw up in the toilet.
Give him some NyQuil and put him to bed, or some Benadryl. Fix everything.
Yeah, he said they're vomiting, so that's not a good thing.
Okay, Pepto.
Vomit in bed just like drunk people. Just kidding.
Yeah, but then he's
Sleep
got
in
to clean it
Sleep
up.
in your vomit like I did after.
You just put the can by the side of the bed, Get the head spins, you're like, oh God. Yeah. Good to go.
Now, if they're vomiting, is he sure that they're sick and not just possessed? I mean, especially if it's projectile vomiting. I mean, it could be a exorcist situation going on here.
Dude, I got sick. I don't know. It was over the summer at some point, or maybe even spring. And I've never projectile vomited in my life like that. And it was like so miserable. It hurt so bad. I never want to get that again. It was just like a stomach bug that went around, and it was gone like next day.
Oh, the worst I had is when I had food poisoning. Oh my God, that was awful.
I hurt. I think I slept in the bathroom on the rug that night.
All I got to say is thank God the bathroom was right next to our bedroom. When I had food poisoning, that was bad.
My problem was that you had to maneuver whether you was going to be sitting on the toilet or nailed down over the toilet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's not a fun time.
Yeah, no, it's not. And thank God the sink was right next to the toilet, because a couple of times I had to do from both ends at once. Food
Well, this
poisoning
cat has went downhill quick.
Yeah, it always does.
See, this is why you shouldn't send me links, Rich.
No, this is
Wasn't my
Barbecue's
this
fault.
time.
No, I'm blaming Barbecue for this one, for coming in and telling us his kid was out there vomiting, so it just
True.
naturally went down that rabbit hole. Barbecues want to know if that was the same night your daughter thought you just burned your hand. Snob?
Do what?
Barbecue's asking if that was the same night your daughter thought you just burned your hand.
No. She'll never be the same after that either.
Barbecue on this one chip challenge deal?
She's trying to guilt him into that too, trying to saying that just because his kid's sick doesn't mean he can't do the challenge.
Right.
Yeah, he can be puking right beside his kid.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. Still ready for bed? I'm ready to take a nap here in a minute on my way home.
That's what they got the
You've
rest
been driving
stops for.
all day. What are you doing? You had to drop a load off somewhere or something?
No, I went to the IV-88 shoot in Georgia. I left Livonia, Georgia about 11:30 today. Now, I drove out here. I left at 9, drove all night. I had to stop twice and take me a little 30-minute nap or an hour nap each time. I took an hour nap each time. I actually decided I was going to take a 2-hour nap or hour and a half or 2-hour nap the second time, and Stacy called and woke me up during it.
Right.
Only got an hour nap.
Right about now, Snob needs to be listening to Radar Love. Right. Tell me you know what song I'm talking about here.
Yes, I know what song you're talking about.
Okay.
I do listen to classic rock quite a bit. Classic Rewind is one of my presets of mine. XM.
Yeah. It is on the wife's car too. Mainly because I won't listen to the crap she listens to. If I'm in the car, it's like, no, we ain't listening to this.
Alright, we need some of you big ballers to send Barbecue $8, $9, so you can buy a chip.
He can put off that Desert Eagle for a few days and get the damn chip.
Rob, you can buy it for him.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's just that you buy a
Only
Desert
$8.
Eagle, but you can't buy an $8 chip. I mean, how's the poor guy got the chip first? What the hell's wrong with you guys?
Poor.
Well, he can't buy the chip because he bought the Desert Eagle. He doesn't have the money no more. See the price tag on them Desert Eagles?
Yeah, I know. You want a nostalgia gun, you're going to pay for it, man.
Desert Eagles are neat. They're fun. I really don't. I kind of would like to have them, but at the price there, I have no interest, really.
Yeah, I don't either.
They're not like some super reliable gun. They're just neat.
Yeah, they are neat. I'd like to have one, but I don't want to buy one.
Yeah.
I heard they're not fun to take apart.
That Mark XIX or whatever it is, it's not bad. The one I had from Sports World for a while.
They do raffles with Tommy guns and Desert Eagles and 1911s and all that crap up at Rod of Iron, so could possibly win one.
Oh, is that the car arms thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They got the Tommy Gun warehouse right there and whatnot too.
Well,
Tommy gun's really neat. I would probably, if I was going to spend the money, I would probably buy the Tommy gun over the Deagle.
They're pretty cool.
You should have seen some of the custom Tommy guns the Tommy Gun warehouse had at the Great American Outdoor Show.
Well, when you buy the Tommy gun, it comes in a nice like box kit. It's got one of the round mags, it's a thick mag, and it's got something else too.
Yeah, the one I had from Sports World was the tanker model, so it didn't accept the drum mag. I would get the one that accepted the drum mag probably, but
it's pretty cool. They're heavy ass guns though, I'll tell you. But I mean, you know, they're fun to shoot, especially full auto. They're fun. Like, you know, a kid can have fun with them on it.
I've never got to shoot a full auto Tommy gun, but man, that one I had from Sports World was just a 45, semi-auto. That thing was so much fun. It just didn't move at all.
Huh. Yeah, they're nice.
You get tired of holding it up after a while.
Yes, you will. You definitely will.
But I would love to shoot one full auto because I don't think it would hardly climb as heavy as it is.
No. I didn't have a lot of rounds when I got to shoot one up at because you can do that for free up there at the festival. So they got like 308s, AR, all types of stuff you can shoot. Tommy guns. So I wanted to shoot what I've never shot, so I focused on the Tommy gun. But you only get like 5 rounds, and then you can hop back.
Yeah, that annoys me. These companies that bring their full autos to these shows. If you're gonna bring a full auto, let them shoot a full mag.
Yeah, or at least, but don't get me wrong, I mean, it's free, the 5, you're not paying for the rounds or nothing, and they got a bunch of people, but it would be nice, if you could, I don't know, say, pay to shoot a full load at once or something, because you can just keep going right back around, hopping in the line, and then when you want, just hop on the bus, and it takes you back down to the main facility, because you just hop in a line there, they run you up with a bus. It's not far, but, around some bends and, up to the range area, drop you off, and then you can go through all the motions up there to different stands, and then you can hop back on the bus and come back down. So, pretty cool. But yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, you don't get a good feel with 5 rounds, but,
that's the neat thing about CMMG.
Got it a couple
CMMG, when they have these shows, every time CMMG's at these shows we go to, they bring that stupid mutant that's so loud. It's a 7.62 with like a, 10-inch barrel or whatever, and an obnoxious brake on it. But Mike's like, you can shoot however many you want, but you're loading the mags yourself. I mean, they just go through no telling how many thousand rounds at every one of these shows, but they don't care.
Yeah, this 1911 I'm screen sharing right now, that's one of the Tommy Gun Warehouse ones, and they have a Tommy gun that matches it. With the engraving and stuff on it, and the grips and everything.
Well, all those car-made 1911s, they have some nice ones.
Yeah, those are pictures I took at the Great American Outdoor Show this year.
That one.
I got a video with them too.
Noxious has the Viking one, and that thing's sexy.
Yeah, but all the 1911s they had there at the Great American Outdoor Show, they had matching Tommy guns for them. They had them they're basically a set.
Is it Amanda Schofield
Yeah,
that's for the DC project? Is that her name?
Who?
Yeah, who did you say?
Amanda Schofield?
Who dat?
I don't know.
Oh, Suffolk, I guess. Sorry. Maybe I'm throwing a name up.
Oh.
Girl with the DC project lady. She's always on with Charlie, riding with shotgun, or riding shotgun with Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been on John's show too.
Yeah, I seen her at the store last year. She got a Tommy gun up there. I got some pictures in my video that I put up of the event, but it showed all the stuff that came in the box and stuff. I mean, I asked her, do you mind if I take a picture, but yeah, man, it's like seeing it in person. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice set, those Tommy guns. It really is. So.
Oh yeah. The one I had said like Chicago typewriter on the case, and it's like an airline quality case that they come with.
Yeah, all I got to say, barbecue, is snobs' boobs don't look that good. Yeah.
How do you know?
Gary and I both have had the displeasure of seeing that. You don't want to.
Fortunately, I'm blind, so.
A boob's a boob. Barbecue play with them and think that's a thing.
Hey, if you're a big fat man, I'm a titty fan. I'd love to see yours too.
Damn, he almost looks like J-Lo.
Have Have a good night, John. Hopefully you start feeling better. He had to go take some meds because he thought he had a seizure coming on. So, yeah, hopefully you feel better. Get some rest.
This show will give anybody a seizure.
No, it's Barbecue's fault. He's the one that brought up vomiting.
And so it's probably a good thing that he left. Friggin' New York Outcast would charge him for having one.
I'm allergic to barbecue. I started sneezing once he showed up. Gary, I will kick you in the dick next Saturday.
Was that like the Vin Diesel snob?
Mm-hmm. Looks just like him.
Barbecue G23 says that if you buy him a Desert Eagle, he'll buy you the chip.
No, I already said if somebody would just buy my Desert Eagle for me, then I would buy everybody a chip. See, he's so selfish. He won't even buy everybody else's chip if somebody bought him a Desert Eagle. I already said I'd buy everybody's chip for this thing if somebody bought me the Desert Eagle, but no. And then when I'm like, if somebody buys me the chip, I'll participate. Like, why would I want to pay to punish myself? For an extra $100, I could just go get a dominatrix at that point.
Well, Misfit Starling wants to be everybody's dominatrix, the way she's trying to get everybody to eat those chips.
Barbecue, you ain't have to pay me. I'll come do it for free.
Hot damn.
I'll even bring the hot shot and the whip.
Shit, you can make a lot of people happy. You just drop Stacy off at Jason Stewart's on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought she was coming to New York.
Picking her back up. It's too far to drive. You're going to pick her up in Pennsylvania.
You could probably reach her with your Blackwood. What are you worried about, Rob?
Whoa.
Oh. And you guys thought I was bad saying that toast is bread and blackface. Which is
Well, his
all you
Arnold's
have.
Place stands. He has natural and black finishes. And the stands are made of wood, so it's black wood.
Uh-huh. But, yeah, Misfit Starling also says she got to shoot a Tommy gun at the Ring of Iron last year, and she couldn't believe how heavy it is. Yeah, they weigh a little bit. They got some
Rod of iron. Rod.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Just some symbolic reason. So that's something to do with that religious part of it or something, that name. But basically, yeah, they bring their ARs to church and stuff. So kind of like the whole, I guess, sell your cloak for a sword if you have to thing or something. I don't know, but if I was in the church, I might look into something like that. You get to bring your gun to church. That's, I don't know. That's kind of cool.
Ozzy said he spent the last 2
but
days
if I was
on a
the
roof.
preacher, I'd just preach, "Thou shalt buy Glock. Thou shalt not buy Smith and or Wesson."
Hey, now them's are fighting words. I mean,
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, those are fighting words, man.
Damn, man, how many of those shirts you got? This is like 3 days in a row.
I told you they got a shit ton of them at that store.
Well, shit, I still
$10 a
got
piece.
mine.
I haven't been back to the store since I said I'd grab you one. You gotta give me a chance to get to the
Take
store.
one of them
man.
light blue ones or something. Actually, I don't even care. I'm not picky as long as it fits. If you get me one, I'd appreciate it.
You need to win one of Gary's giveaways and just make Gary send you a Livery Armory shirt, because I know he's got 40,000 of them.
Well, shit, he can send me one. I don't have one.
People are giving me shit for asking for somebody to buy me a chip that's going to make me shit out my insides. And everybody's sitting here, give me a shirt, give me a shirt.
Well, yeah, I ain't got no Desert Eagle. Shit, man.
I still don't have a Desert Eagle. I still got to go to the shop and see if they ever got confirmation that they were able to secure one.
Hey, Barbecue,
Yo.
I'm going to pick up a 10mm stainless 1911 tomorrow.
Nice. Who makes it?
We ain't gonna talk about that.
He's
Springfield.
got a Springfield.
Yep.
No, it's a turkey. It's a turkey. It's
Oh,
a
Gerson?
Oh, don't say it's a T
No,
sauce.
it's a TriStar.
The tit sauce,
TriStar.
probably, or something.
No, it's a TriStar.
I didn't know TriStar was making 1911s.
Yeah, they have for a while, but they quit, and then I've been supposed to get this one since SHOT Show, and they haven't been able to get them, and I kind of just thought they just kind of forgot about me. And out of nowhere, I got an email Thursday with a tracking number, and then Friday, Sportsville called me and said, "Hey, you got a gun here." I was like, "Oh, snap."
Nice. Well, I'm kind of jealous about that because, well, I love my 10mm 1911s, and then it's stainless even. Oh man, nice. And it's free.
Well, let me
That's
rephrase
correct.
that. He asked me which one, because TriStar, you have to buy it if you like it. You get a good discount on it. I mean, like the shotgun I got for like half price. So, if you get a good discount. As long as it's decent, I'm going to buy it.
Exactly.
But so he asked me exactly which one I wanted, so I picked the stainless. So I'm assuming they shipped the stainless. But that was also in like early February that I picked it, so who knows?
Nice. And if you don't like it, you can just buy it and then flip it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, unless it's just a piece of garbage, I'm going to buy it. I'm not, whenever you get a gun at half price.
Exactly.
And it's something that I wouldn't mind having, I'm going to buy it.
Actually, if it was complete garbage, I probably would be more enticed to get one. Because right now I kind of want to get one of the T-Sauce 1911s because those are complete dog shit. Oh my god.
I just shot one today and it was nice as shit.
I don't like any of the controls on it. Well, I don't know about the one that you got to mess with, but the one that I got to handle the one I got to handle at the shop, the grip safety is really spongy. The thumb safety, I kept flicking it on and off because I was not sure if it was fully engaged or not.
Was it like basically just a basic one?
Probably.
Yeah, I didn't even shoot it. I saw those, but they're kind of boring and look like a GI model or whatever. Just nothing at all fancy.
No, this wasn't a GI model. I mean, it was a little bit upgraded, but I mean, for the most part, it was pretty standard.
Well, the ones they had at the show, today at the range, were either the GI models or they had the Bantams, which are like the commander size, and then they've got the less fair Bob tail license from him. They've got the bob cut on them.
Yep.
They are very nice 1911. And the Bantam or whatever has all the fancy. They have. I forgot. They had two of them. Maybe it wasn't a Bantam. Maybe the Bantam was a cheaper one. They had two just alike. Only one of them had all the fancy cuts and the sliding stuff, and actually looked a lot like a Nighthawk. I mean, it's not a Nighthawk quality, but it looked a lot like it. And it was really smooth and everything. They said it was all hand fit and everything in the end. But
yeah, it might have just. I hope that they're making at least one good one. Like one line. I don't just mean one good 1911 because that would be upsetting. Oh, we just made one good one. We brought it here so y'all can go a lot of people now. But no, just going off of what I had to feel that day at the shop, it was my skin still crawls at how bad it was.
I did not even pick up or even touch their basic lower end ones.
Yeah, that's probably what I was checking out.
The other one caught my eye because, I'm a pretty gun kind of guy. I was like, ooh, pretty gun.
Why don't you change your channel name to that? That URL probably isn't taken, prettygunguide.com.
Pretty gun guy, yeah. I'll tell you what else is neat that you would probably kind of like. The Tokarev trench gun. I didn't shoot it. I should have shot it, but I didn't shoot it. But it is a sexy, sexy shotgun. I think he says like 350 or something.
Is that a 12 gauge?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
They
I've
offered
seen
12
that.
and 20.
They're kind of friggin' sweet looking.
Yeah. I wish I'd have shot it. It was, whenever I looked, the range was cold whenever I looked at it, and whenever I went over there,
Was that revolving shotgun there?
do what?
Recently I saw a video. It was just like a little short type thing for a shotgun that has swing out cylinder, almost like a Rossi Judge.
I did not see that.
I wasn't sure if they happened to have that there. It was another Turkish shotgun, of course.
Hmm.
Well,
I wonder what
what's
the hell made
different
Turkey
about
just
this
go,
Turkish
we're going to make
shotgun?
1911s and shotguns.
You know, I understand there's a lot of stuff with the politics in Turkey and all that, and I get it. But at the same time, Turkey does make some very nice guns. And they also
Yep.
make some garbage. But they make some very nice guns and very nice shotguns at that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they make one of the Beretta models. I forget which one.
The Gerson.
What was different about this trench shotgun that was so appealing?
It was just,
Looks cool.
I really didn't even pick it up. I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
It looked really good. I honestly didn't even pick it up. I was just kind of one of them things, I just kind of looked at it, and now I'm regretting not.
What is it, a copy of the World War I trench gun or something?
Yeah, it has the heat shield. It has the bayonet lock. It actually had a bayonet on it. I doubt it comes with that, but
Well, Nighthawk Medic, he ain't around anymore, at least that I know of. But basically, he did a lot of those Turkish shotguns, and yeah, he ran the hell out of them and said they ran pretty good, most of them. So, I mean, I can't speak for every one or this or that, but you know,
The one I got runs friggin' lights out.
yeah, they look pretty good.
I got that Bullpup 12 gauge. It'll be 2 years ago in January, and it just feeds everything. And if you read the owner's manual, I guess it actually said, because I didn't read the owner's manual, obvious reasons. But I guess in there it says you shouldn't shoot anything but 3-inch shells, because it obviously won't take 3.5, and 2 3/4 shells are supposed to be underpowered. And I was running at the time, we were in a big ammo shortage. All I could find was 2 3/4 inch shells, except for some double-aught buck that I had that were 3-inch, and it fucking ran everything, no problem at all.
I lost service. What were you talking about?
That Bullpup 12 gauge that I got 2 years ago.
Is it a Turkish one too? I'm sure it is.
Yep. Yeah. Now they're like, it's assembled in the U.S. I'm like, yeah, but you still import it from Turkey, dipshits.
The reason it's assembled in the U.S. is because they can't put the stock and all that on it over there and make it portable.
Yeah, so the company in Texas puts it all together, then they're like, voila. But yeah, it friggin' feeds everything. I was like, this is friggin' awesome.
It's like that core belt, right? Assembled in the U.S. because the customers got to cut it to size.
I would like to try and give a core belt another try, but after the experience that I had with the first one, I'm like, I don't even want to waste my money. Part of the issue is I really like my Hanks belts that I get because it's legit leather. You don't have to worry about it. But you don't have the track line either. So if you got to have the track line, then Hanks belts aren't going to work for you. But Hanks belts also have a 100-year warranty on them. It's really quiet all of a sudden.
Sorry, I'm getting yelled at about phone problems.
Should be yelling at you because you haven't gone down to friggin' Harbor Freight and got a cement mixer yet. I was at my Harbor Freight the other day. I was like, oh, look, cement mixer just right here on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd buy a Harbor Freight cement mixer. Some of their
Well, why
hand
would you when
tools
you
I
got your
don't
wife to
mind.
friggin' mix the cement?
Auto tools, some of those even I don't mind, but I bought it.
He's gonna buy a Harbor Freight cement mixer because he's not the one that's got to mix the cement by hand.
Yeah,
Exactly.
With him, he'd buy the damn Harbor Freight cement mixer.
When my mixer breaks, maybe I'll buy one.
But when that happens, you're gonna have to get a sandwich maker too.
Yeah, she was starting to like you, barbecue.
I'm just saying that she has to make his sandwiches and all that crap too. I'm on her side. I'm trying to convince him.
I've been trying to get Rob to buy her a nice knife set, and he won't even do that.
Oh, I'll get her a set of Dexter Russells.
Oh, don't bring that up, man. She was, back then she was like, I don't care about knives. What was it, like a week ago? She was cutting something, started bitching about the knives.
I was trying to cut tomatoes, and I can't cut tomatoes. I can only crush them with the knives.
And I was like,
that's why
my
he needs
God.
to get you in.
You cheap bastard, buy a sharpener.
Man.
Oh my God.
You go out there and you buy an $8 chip, you can buy a nice knife set.
Damn you people. Damn.
I'm going to send her a set of Dexter Russells.
You people.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, what's that supposed
You
to mean?
expensive knife people. Damn you.
Is this because I'm blind or because I'm black?
Get a lighted
What?
mirror, barbecue.
I'm not blind?
No, the other.
Oh. Somebody should have told me.
This is turning into a hear no evil, see no evil skit. the subway scene, Richard Pryor is on the subway with his sister, and she says something, and Richard Pryor just yells on the subway, "You mean I'm not black? I'm not white?" And everybody just looks up. That was one of the funniest scenes in that movie. That's a funny ass movie, anyway.
Richard Pryor, friggin' legend. Oh my God, so good.
Yeah.
I was first thinking like trains, planes, and automobiles when he made a reference, but obviously that wasn't it. But yeah, some of those older movies, man, they were funny. Like, they're nothing to watch compared to modern movies, like with the visual effects, all this stuff. But the actual comedy and stuff was actually pretty funny. Nowadays, you can't crack a joke without offending somebody and not being on TV, basically. So. Yeah, like the comedian should go on a whole skit about how you can't really be a comedian anymore because you'll end up in trouble. And maybe they can get away with some jokes that way. I don't know. But
that's like I heard they're giving Katy Perry a bunch of crap about one of her songs because that Jeffrey Dahmer documentary came out or some crap.
What?
The song that they're giving her crap about, it was called Eat Your Heart Out or some shit from 2013, almost 10 years ago. And now because a Jeffrey Dahmer documentary came out, I'm like, really? And that is the problem with the friggin' woke culture.
People are...
They're ruining everything, man.
J.K. Rowling is on the verge of getting her ass canceled because she keeps speaking out against Islam and the shit they're pulling in Iran and shit.
Oh yeah, but she's already worth over $1 billion. She doesn't give a shit.
She is not letting up.
Snob's back.
Yeah, Snob's back. I thought you fell asleep, Gary.
He's kind of back.
I'm here, maybe.
Backstreet's back.
Hey, Snob, you know what? You probably could have saved like $5 on shipping if you would have taken that magnifier with you and shipped it from fucking Georgia instead of Oklahoma.
I actually saw that the other day, and I was like, I got to sit at the barbecue one of these days.
I don't know why I just thought of that.
I actually saw it the other day when I was looking for something else. I'm like, shit. I'll eventually remember it, maybe.
I actually had an idea. I'm going to try and make a magnifier for my scope that I can't see the crosshairs in because they're so fine. I heard of this magnifier. Well, it's a guy made a magnifier for his LCD screen on his camera because I have an issue with my camera trying to see the LCD and then be able to hold it steady because I don't have 3 points of contact by having my eye up to the viewfinder. So I found this hack where the guy's like, oh yeah, I just made it using this magnifier. And, I was like, oh, maybe I could do that for that fucking $900 scope that I have and can't use.
You thought of just buying an actual magnifier to slap on with it?
I wouldn't have any way to mount it.
Okay.
Duct
You
tape.
got Gorilla Tape.
That's true. Well, I guess.
Could you slide your scope up slightly?
Yeah, I was
way?
just thinking about that. Maybe slide the scope up and then mount the magnifier behind it. I don't know. I mean, if I had a magnifier here, I could try it, but
I tell you what I'll do. I'll take the magnifier with me Saturday to Kansas, and I'll give Gary the money to ship it, and then you'll get it.
Just take a toilet paper roll and cut it in half to where it's about the size of the magnifier, and tape that to it, and then you can see if you can see through it. That would work, right?
Till it rains or you spit on it.
I mean, just to get an idea of how far.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you got a magnifier, I mean, all you really got to do is figure out the mounting issue, and I'm sure it can be done. You know what I mean? So, might not be visually aesthetic or throw the weight off, but it's not like he's a competition shooter or kicking indoors every day or something. So I don't think.
Yeah, it'd be. I'd rather it look bad than not be usable.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Matters. You know what I mean?
no, because if it works, it works. I don't give a shit because at that point,
He kicks indoors all the time because he goes to the wrong house because he can't see, and he kicks in the wrong door. He can't get the door open, so he just kicks it in and get out of here, barbecue. We told you this ain't your house.
His neighbors are used to it. They all put on those two-way doors now, so it's cool.
that's all right. Friggin', my ex calls me yesterday. She's like, hey, can you come throw this dryer off my balcony? I was like, fuck yeah. So I go get this dryer lifted up onto her balcony, and I was like, go down and film it. So then I throw it over, and which that was more satisfying than I could have ever imagined. But then I was like, yeah, take your dryer and pack your shit and get out. She's like, of my own house, right? I was like, I don't know, it sounded fun.
I thought
But if
you
you
were
haven't
going to say
gotten
you had her stand. You had her stand underneath it, and you threw it on top of her and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm blind."
Should have. I was just so focused on the fact that I get to chuck a friggin' dryer off of the friggin' balcony, which, like I said, way more fun than I could have imagined.
I seen a chick throw a dryer out of a third-story window one time. Took like half the window frame with it and stuff. Through like a little apartment washer, dryer. We had a job I was on at the time. Like, weekends were cash, so everybody liked working cash, or everybody liked working weekends. Guy stayed, wanted to, do better for his family, put in extra time. And his lady freaked the hell out, like he was out doing something. When I ended up dropping him off, like there was a pile of shit down in the driveway in our parking lot, and she was tossing their Rent-A-Center washer dryer shit out the window that was in his name, all because the dude stayed a few extra hours, like to make some money. It's like, yeah, those Puerto Rican chicks are crazy.
Crazy strong with that one.
Crazy, cute, but crazy. The hell with that shit, man.
I was
That's why
gonna
you
say,
can't get an ugly woman. Them cute ones are crazy.
yeah, anything like that, you just gotta go away from. But then you said Puerto Rican, I was like, oh, okay, I understand why he's saying now.
crazy. Dude, I know another dude with the Puerto Rican chick. She shot him. She stabbed him. I think she shot him twice. Like, dude's like, I love her. I was like, God,
damn, that must
crazy,
be
man.
really good to be cutting up with all that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know.
Like
some
that
people
lady
don't
that-
like those relationships, I guess, you know. You're not happy unless somebody's trying to kill somebody else. It's not for me, but
No, thank you.
That's
people are like that.
That lady that got shot in the head with a crossbow by her husband. He's like, oh, it was an accident, and she ended up living. And then he did it again. Like,
What?
I feel like, yeah. I guess she lived the second time too, and then they're like, yeah, this wasn't accidental. But after the first time, I would have been like, yeah, you don't get crossbow anymore.
Say he's using a traditional bow.
That's crazy, man. You accidentally shot your wife in the head with a crossbow twice.
No,
That was
Cheney-
the story.
Dick Cheney accidentally shot a guy in the head with a shotgun. And that guy lived too, amazingly enough.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, but that was a shotgun. Let's say, like, if anybody out there's never done it, go look up photos of people that were shot with birdshot. Now, obviously, birdshot could be lethal, but most of the time I would call birdshot a less lethal round.
And it depends on the range. Yeah, close range,
Yeah.
in an apartment 3 feet away, that's going to be lethal. But
Yeah,
Inside of 20, 30 yards, it's going to be lethal.
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
yeah, and the size of the shot has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
And your pattern. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. But
Yeah. Whether it was a 2 3/4 inch or a 3 inch or a 3 1/4, 3 1/2 inch. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be coming to play on that one.
I got hit with a shotgun a long time ago, but I was at quite a distance, so it didn't, it pretty much just broke skin and burned like a son of a bitch because it was rock salt. Pissed off farmer because we were cutting through.
I was wondering if you were lighting dog turds on his porch or
No,
what.
dude, we were just, cutting down river. Like, we were just sticking to the river, going down river, and, dude he got pissed, I guess, We didn't even
Did you stop
realize.
banging the farmer's daughter?
Guy was screaming and shit, like what the hell? We didn't even realize. Next thing you turn around, we're getting shot at. Like, son of a bitch. So.
Did he scream you people before he shot you? Because you could get rich if he did.
I don't even know. Like, because we were talking, so we didn't really hear much. And then, we heard the shot, like, you know what I mean? But you're feeling shit before you hear it. So, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? And then we just
I
took
don't
off.
think I'd want to get shot with rock salt. I feel like that would hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd get it if we were like screwing around on a dude's property or something, but we're just like literally cutting down the riverbank. Like, I don't know. People are assholes. And no, I didn't call the cops and go create some freaking red flag or some shit. I just stayed away from that guy's property.
Well, yeah. Who
I
do you
mean-
think they're going to believe?
I'm an asshole, but that doesn't mean I shoot people. We're not doing shit.
I mean, I'm an asshole, but I'm not going to admit to having shot anybody.
Exactly.
That was in New York too, and it ain't legal just to cap somebody for being on your property. So.
You know who would admit to shooting somebody? Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God, yeah.
definitely.
Yep.
He's like, well, that ain't the worst. I just shot him with rock salt. I shot the other guy with buckshot.
That might have been one of Rick's friends.
Might have been Rick. Where did this happen?
Yeah, right.
Rick would be like, I shot one guy with magnesium, then I shot the other guy with a squirt gun. Who knew they'd explode? And that's really cool too. If you can get your hands on magnesium like that, throw it in a creek.
set magnesium on fire in science class.
Isn't that what they use in
Yeah, I
flares?
remember doing that in science class.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a bread truck burn? I don't know if they still make them out of that, but back in the olden days, like, 10, 15 years ago, bread truck, like Wonder Bread trucks or Rainbow Bread trucks, their shells were all magnesium. And I saw one time that it caught on fire. It literally, there was no truck left, and it literally burned the pavement under it.
Yeah, never saw that. You ever
The
see a
magnesium
sugar
burned
cube?
so hot.
You ever see a sugar cube explode from being set on fire?
Somebody was talking about that.
Nah.
Yeah, our teacher did that in physical sciences when at 7th grade, I want to say. No, 8th grade. He had a shield that he put over top of it. He put a strip of magnesium, lit the magnesium, covered it real quick. The magnesium burned up, hit the sugar cube, and the cube just went boom. Sugar can be highly volatile depending on the state it's in when it gets exposed to flame.
So it's more volatile in Pennsylvania than it would be in Kansas?
Not that kind of state. The state of the physical state of it.
Well, I thought Pennsylvania was a physical state.
Not the geographical state it's in.
Why has it got to be in a state? Why can't it just be in a town or a borough
Or a parish.
Its state of being.
or a village?
Or county.
Or unincorporated community.
It could be a parish, but only in Louisiana.
Township?
They all got different rules, different hoops to hop through.
Well, that's right. Pennsylvania's not a state; it's a commonwealth.
Commonwealth. I was literally getting ready to say, why can't it be in a commonwealth? Well, it's got to be in a state. Rick's statist, or Rich's statist, whatever. Sure, Rick's statist too.
No, Rick's a non-filterist.
Yeah. Good news is we can talk about Rick right now because we know he's already in bed, so he can get up and head to Deb's Diner in the morning.
In bed, he's asleep in his recliner.
Yeah, that's fair.
With a cat on his lap.
Probably laying in his recliner watching all of this, cursing us out.
No, he doesn't have any. I don't think he has any cats left, does he? Didn't he have to put his last one down?
Yeah, he said they're both. Both are
When?
gone.
I didn't hear about that. I mean, I knew the one passed, but I didn't know he had to put the other one down.
They get to put the other one down too.
Yeah, he's talking about getting another animal.
I think it was just like the week before he got banned.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like you should probably get a dog. That way, when it's hungry, it's not clawing at his legs, making his diabetes even worse.
Yeah, speaking of having to put pets down, I don't know if you guys heard, but Krabby had to put his beagle down today.
Oh.
Man, his beagle.
Yeah.
Rick needs some goldfish.
That's why he's not on the panel tonight. He wanted to take some time to himself. His wife just went to Japan for 3 weeks yesterday, and today he had to have his dog put down.
That's awful.
Yeah, especially when it's a beagle, it's more awful.
Agreed.
See if his wife can bring me back some parts. Need me back some of those original for the Honda.
Oh, I thought you meant for
I thought he
that.
was gonna turn the dog into a $6 million dog.
I was wondering too.
I thought you were talking about for his robotic sex toy.
I didn't realize he was talking about his piece of junk Honda import car.
Yeah, man. Get the good shit.
If you weren't buying $8 chips, you could afford a good vehicle.
Uh-huh.
Man, this is a good vehicle.
You know how much it would
The
cost?
money I've paid and the miles I've gotten. Come on now.
Do you know how much it would cost if you were to fill a regular chip bag with those $8 chips? And you complaining about money all the time?
Say the chips I buy, you can get several in a bag, and they ain't even $1.
Shit, those flaming hot Cheetos copies that Walmart has of their store brand are only $1 a bag.
Man, you guys, I don't know.
I'll eat one of those.
Hold on. How many of you guys are going to Wanamaker this year?
I am.
Get like 2 or 3 of those chips. Mix them in with a bag of Doritos. Everybody wears a friggin'
Blindfold?
Like being
blindfold,
Chips are like,
and you play chip roulette.
Yeah, it's
you
like
probably
Bean
go to
Boozled
jail.
and-
Like, if you did that to somebody for real, like, you'd probably end up in jail. Like, say you tried to poison somebody or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make it really fun, and you can do it with the roulette Doritos because they're supposed to have hot ones in there. So you can make people almost wonder, did I get the hot one? Is this not as bad as I thought? And then when somebody actually gets the real hot one, you know.
Hell no, you just don't tell them. You do it, and then if anybody says anything, be like, I don't know, them Doritos roulettes are hot, I guess. I didn't realize they was that hot.
You stick that in your bag of chips, like you leave at work, you know, with a note on that says, you know, do not touch, and you know that asshole's gonna touch them. That's what you do with that.
Yeah, I tried telling these guys that they go to SHOT Show or Wanamaker or something, one of the get-togethers they go to, that they need to play Bean Boozled and, you know, do it on do it live on live stream and see.
I played Bean Boozled once with my kids. I will never do that again. I got skunk spray. It was horrible.
Does it actually taste like skunk spray? I mean, not.
It tastes exactly like skunk spray smells.
Oh god, that's awful.
I almost puked.
So my ex had a friend that had a 5-year-old son who was 160 pounds. Now this kid would take a family-sized bag of Doritos when his mother got home from the grocery store and just, it was ridiculous. So the one day we're sitting there playing Monopoly, and I had taken over these I don't remember what the heck they were called. It was like ghost pepper chips or some shit from Walmart. It was a great value brand, but I mean, they were hot. I was like, damn, these are friggin' awesome. So I took them over just so this kid had an older brother that was like 10 years younger than me. And so we're sitting around playing Monopoly, having a good time, and you know, everybody's trying the chips. They're like, damn, those are hot. I'm like, yeah. Well, the 5-year-old that is 150 pounds comes out. We didn't even notice that he had taken the bag of chips, and he, just sits down and starts eating them like he would do anything else because it's just what he did. He would just go find food and just fucking eat constantly. And all of a sudden, I've never seen this kid move this fast in all my life. All of a sudden, he just jumps out of the chair, and all I hear is the chips hit the floor, and we kind of look at each other as like he got the hot chips, and his older brother jumps up and he's like, "Come here, come here, come here." I was like, maybe I'll teach a little shit not to fucking just go grabbing shit. And I mean, I'm thinking it, but at the same time, I kind of feel bad for the kid because it's not. At the end of the day, it's not his fault. His parents need to have friggin', a backbone and say, "Hey, no, you're not fucking having that." But I mean, there's a lot of issues there. If the kid wasn't eating McDonald's, it was friggin' ramen noodles and bowls of cereal for dinner or some shit and fucking Lunchables. I don't think they ever had actual food. Everything was processed and terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. I hate seeing little kids like that because, it it's really the parents. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta know when to say no. Not saying no is abusive at times. You know what I mean? So you gotta the extra weight, the back problems, the knee problems, the self-esteem, all this
The
shit.
kid
And a lot of times it's
was
the overweight mom that like almost wants her kid to be just like her. So, like, I don't know. I don't want to say
the
shit
kid was 8 years old, still shit his pants. It's not like, oh, it was an accident. No,
weird, man.
He
Not good.
regularly would shit his pants because he was too lazy to get up and go to the bathroom.
I'm 38 years old. I'm 38 years old and still shit my pants. So there's that.
Are you wearing Depends? Because this 8-year-old had to wear adult Depends. One, because he was so large.
Either, so
nice. Porky picking while you drive. I hope you go through a DUI checkpoint.
Common to see 4-year-olds wearing diapers now. Like, I don't know what the hell parents have gotten lazy. Like, you know.
Yeah.
How the hell can you afford?
You just cut that shit off. Yeah, like, that's basically what happened to me. Like, I'm not paying for
I was trying to get my kids out of diapers quick because I didn't want to buy them.
Yep.
A year and a half, that's it. You're done. I don't give a shit. It's going to be a messy couple weeks, but that's it.
Then they bounced around from doctor to doctor until they finally got a doctor to say, oh, yeah, him pooping his pants is a medical issue. I'm like, yeah, medical issue caused by his fucking diet. Give him some fucking fruits and vegetables.
Oh, they got some pills for it. Don't worry. Start him off young. God forbid you change any of your life or your habits. No, we'll just give you a pill.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we are going to have to sign off for tonight.
When the chat gets real, Rich wants to shut it down.
Well, we've been going for almost 3 hours, man. Just because you just got here.
You're scared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm asleep. I don't even care.
We've been doing this for 3 hours, and
we're
starting to lose the audience
Rich
too.
Is scared.
Trying to solve America's problems, the obesity.
We've lost over half the crowd already. Come on.
That's because they want to get a freaking burger.
Because they're obese. They don't want to hear the truth.
That's right.
Eat a salad, you sons of bitches.
Well, on that front, hold on. On that front, what is your weight loss at now, barbecue? Because I know you said last week
Well, I started off the year at 265, and I'm bouncing between 225 and 230 right now.
Cool.
So anywhere 35 to 40 pounds this year.
Cool. Good job.
Yeah, appreciate it.
It's a good job, man. People take it wrong. I used to be big and overweight and all that crap. I was that kid. That's why I bitch about it, because I've been on both sides, and it's a total different world, man.
If I can lose another 15 pounds, I will have lost 200 pounds in total in the last 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
Awesome. Takes a lot of work and dedication to do that, so good job. I mean, honest.
Well, I mean, to be honest, surgery helped too. I wouldn't be as low as I was, or as I am right now,
it still takes
without
work.
that. But like I like to tell everybody, I lost the first 85 pounds without the surgery. The only reason I had the surgery at that point is because my neuro-ophthalmologist was like, you need to have the surgery, because if your shunt stops working again, by the time you realize it, you'll probably lose the rest of your vision. I was like, okay, we'll do that. Because I value the vision that I do have left. While it's pretty much fucking useless still, it's still something.
It's better than none.
Exactly.
Hey, at least you know she's really a chick.
Yeah, but the problem is, I get like 3 inches away, and I'm like, oh shit. It's like a fucking pterodactyl.
About the time it pokes you in the nose, you realize it's not a chick.
Oh, I mean, we usually start with a kiss. I don't. When that happens, I'm just like, I really hope that's a big clit. Oh, nope, it's got balls. It's got balls. Never mind. Guess I'm gay.
Rich, you should definitely end the show now.
See, you guys told me no, not to end the show, and I knew what I was doing.
Hey, we're just getting good here.
Now you waited too long.
Yep. Went down a rabbit hole now.
Oh, this show's always down some rabbit hole or another.
Next thing you know, we'll be talking about traffic cones.
No, we're not talking about traffic cones. That happened once, and that was enough.
Like Slovakian traffic cones?
That's the one.
That's the one.
That or Alabama Hot Pocket.
We should just talk about Japanese food.
Or how you make a kid cry
Well, we
twice.
can't talk about Japanese food because Gunpowder's not here. Can I do that when she's
Oh,
around?
yeah, we need Jesse for that.
Yeah. So, on that note, Gary, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, he's going to use a trash cone to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. Watch my stuff. Subscribe to my channel. Foul Territory Friday nights. Be there. We won't talk about traffic cones. Thanks for the invite.
Yep, no problem. How about you, Rob? Anything you want to plug?
Just the normal R&L displays for an American-made display. It's all actually made in America. Let's see, eat a salad. Don't get brainwashed by the Glock people. And thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.
All right. Barbecue?
Yeah. I should have a video coming out tomorrow morning. If I go make that video right now, we'll see what the hell happens. If not, it'll be out sometime tomorrow. Check out DM Foster's show from last night. He's got a new thing that he's going to be doing on Saturdays for at least for a little while, I guess. And it seems like a pretty cool project, so go check that out. And thanks for having me, Rich. I don't really know what else the hell to say.
Yeah, Fawcett sent me an email, asked me if I could jump on the Late Show. I told him I remember him back. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it in the next couple of weeks, but if I can, I'll try if I can. What time he does his late overnight show and stuff.
Yeah, it's like 1:30 or 2 a.m. Eastern.
Uh-huh.
I just happen to be up.
Yeah.
So
If I happen to be up at that time, yeah, maybe. But I'm not gonna try and schedule to be up that time, you know.
Yep.
So, but yeah, if I can, I'll jump in because he was. For anybody who's out there wondering, he's doing a series of his show about the various amendments and everything. So. All right. So, what about you, Snobby?
Yeah, stuff and things coming up.
You can't do that. That's odd. That's Obi's trademark.
He's not here. I can do it. I did it.
He might still be lurking out there in the chat.
I did it anyway. I'm a savage. I'm a
Man,
rebel.
you can give me a copyright
Without a
strike
cause.
doing that. I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's at night, so it'll just be a night strike.
Oh God, no. Were you happy that he didn't show up at IV8888 or Snub?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he ain't getting no invite to go there.
Well, he was supposed to have.
Oh, I doubt he did.
Yeah, his excuse was the hurricanes why he couldn't go. From what I forget who was saying. Somebody was saying about that. So. Anyway,
Yeah, hurricane's a perfect reason to leave and go.
yeah, right. Get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Probably best for him and me that he didn't go.
Would he have accidentally got shot with a crossbow? Only a full auto, you know.
Probably accidentally got punched in his mouth.
Oh, okay. No, that's not as fun.
I feel like I
it'd be
missed
funny
something.
when-
Yeah, Night Strike just pisses people off. That's all.
Oh, I realize that.
I
Well, this-
really want to punch Night Strike in the face. I have no qualms about it. I'll tell him that.
Oh, okay.
He's loudmouth and full of shit.
Uh-huh. and he can't understand simple concepts.
I feel like Snob should want to punch me in the face with some of the stuff I've learned on.
You've never told me you'll die if you drink. That people will die from drinking raw milk.
I forgot about that.
And you never wished people to die for not wearing a mask.
Yeah, that was the one that actually pissed me off. The raw milk thing was just, whatever.
That was just nice.
Oh my god! I completely forgot about that.
If you don't wear a mask, you can go fuck yourself.
I grew up on raw milk, basically. Like that was the good stuff.
I 100% did. I grew up on a dairy.
Yeah, we would go on a tour of Marburger Dairy Farm. You know where that is, barbecue.
Yeah, actually, friggin', I still get Marburgers to this day. Like, I'll be at the grocery store with my mom or something. She's like, "Need milk?" I was like, "Frick yeah." She's like, "You can get the Deans for like this." I was like, "No, I'll get the Marburgers or Snyder." She's like, "That's like 50 cents more." I was like, "Yeah." And it's better milk, and they're not a bunch of communists like me. So
their chocolate milk is freaking awesome.
Well, the best milk, whenever you get it, is before it's been separated from the cream.
When you went on the tour of Marburger Dairy, they used to give you a sample of that so you could see what it tastes like before they pasteurize it and separate the cream and everything.
You used to be able to buy unpasteurized right at the grocery store back in the day. Like, you still can in certain stores.
People get so friggin' twitchy about that shit. No, you gotta be pasteurized.
My grandpa always says our milk's pasteurized. That's what he always said when we dairy. It's pasteurized, and the cows came right out of the pasture into the barn.
Exactly.
We used to have a Marburger Dairy store across the street from where I lived when I was in elementary school. And they still had the old style glass bottles at that point.
Nice. Actually, I guess.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say down in West Virginia. Well, shit, you should know this, Rich. At least down like by Nitro and shit. I guess you can still get milk in the glass jars.
Yeah, the meat market we go to has milk in glass.
Yeah, see.
They have the plastic. They don't have the old school metal lid on it. They have the more modern plastic style lid on it.
Well, yeah, why not? Pollute the environment with plastic.
Yeah.
When we dairied, there was a metal coffee can inside the milk room of the barn, not the milk room, the tank room of the barn. And the neighbors would all come get a gallon of milk every few days and drop $1 in there when they got it. And that was all my life growing up.
Yeah, we got one of the bottles of their chocolate milk the one time, and the kids complained, "Oh, that's too gritty." It's like, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's real milk. That's not the stuff you buy in the store.
We only had white cows, so we didn't have chocolate milk. We didn't have any brown ones. So, kind of sucks.
You mean like the old Hershey's commercial? Where does chocolate milk come from? Brown cows.
Dude, I miss that so much of having a dairy. My grandma would make homemade chocolate syrup and then shake it in that raw milk with ice in the jar, in a mason jar. That was the best chocolate milk ever.
Yeah, Marburger, I don't know if they still do it this way, but they mixed in the chocolate with the milk before they pasteurized it. So it would come out of a tank, a big tank with a big mixer in it, right? That they poured the raw milk and the chocolate into. And they would go into another container to be put in the pasteurization machine. They would give us samples of that right out of the raw milk thing. Oh my God, it was like drinking a chocolate milkshake almost. It was so good.
Our milk tank, just our milk, we had a 1,000-gallon milk tank. I had a big old huge stir in it. When I was young, I used to have to get in there and scrub the milk tank because you had to clean it once a month. You got in there and scrubbed it with a brush. That was one of my jobs. But the mixer was the part that had the cooler on it, so the mixer was the part that got ice cold.
Well, anyway, we're going to bid you all a good night for now, and we'll see you at some point during the week. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make Gary's show on Friday because we got to get up early Saturday to go to the little they're doing up in Pittsburgh with the NRA and everything. So don't see
eat a salad, you sons of bitches.
don't see us Friday. Probably won't see you next Saturday either, depending on what time we get back. It's going to be a long day that Saturday. Might not see you again until next Sunday. So until then, have a good night, everybody, and we will catch y'all later.
Give him the bird.
That's Cap, bro.
See you on the range.